This is the Way of the Future podcast, broadcasting live from Hobo Christopher Lloyd's Bean Can. I'm Dr. Frankenstein.
Evan Jones.
AJ.
And Ian Jones.
And tonight we are going to talk about Fargo, episode 9, and The Leftovers.
No, it was Fargo episode 8.
Oh, Fargo
My
episode 8.
Ooh, we're ahead of you guys.
And yeah, we know we're in the
happens.
future.
Way of the Future.
Yep.
Shit.
Peggy's gonna stab more people. The Leftovers episode 9, and since we did Ash vs. Evil Dead last week,
We don't really need to talk about it this week.
yeah, so we're just gonna do the Batman vs. Superman
Yeah,
trailer.
we're gonna supplement
the
with...
most recent one. It wasn't spoilery or as
It
spoiler.
was spoilery.
It was
super spoilery.
Well, not as much as Star Wars, so we're gonna fucking talk about that, and we're not gonna ever talk about Star Wars until we watch it. But anyway,
For those that don't know, Evan wants to keep himself completely organic.
they've shown too much. They've shown too much.
So when he watches it, he doesn't feel like he's
Too fucking much, man. I'm just saying.
No, you're right. There's like 7
There's
trailers.
a sickness going on with trailers right now where it's literally like I've seen so many fucking movies where if I just watch the trailers, like the one that releases right before a big name movie, I literally don't have to see the movie anymore.
You could tell
like
me
I can see all the plot points within it.
Yeah, I agree.
Like and then there's nothing, and that's where it's already ruined plot points by what I've just vaguely glanced on while watching YouTube videos.
You could tell me the next Star Wars movie is coming out in 5 years and only give me a trailer a month before it comes out, and I'll still be excited for it. That 4.9.
Yeah,
4.1
yeah. I
years.
don't need to just keep getting my hype pumped up every fucking 2-3 months or even 2-3 weeks. Like I'm okay with fucking Star Wars just existing in a movie form again. Like the TV show sucked in my opinion, but the comic books are alright.
The Rebels?
No, the CG shit.
That's the
Rebels
Rebels
is-
is CG.
Oh, Clone Wars is what I was
Oh,
thinking
Clone
of.
Wars.
It's literally
Yeah.
like
You like the Gendy Tartakovsky one?
Yeah.
What?
Gendy
the very
Tartakovsky?
first
Gen-
Clone
what's
Wars one, the
Gendy
one that was
The guy that did Samurai Jack.
the one that was animated.
Oh
by
yeah, I actually did.
CG.
I actually did really like that, dude. Remember that Mace Windu sequence where? Well, we're getting way off topic, but there was a Mace Windu sequence where literally it was like fucking 10 minutes of Mace Windu just tearing apart a fucking droid army, like in the coolest possible way. It was just so awesome, and he didn't say a single word the whole time, and it was amazing art. That's what it was.
It got canceled and changed into CG.
Yeah, it's gay.
Gendy Tartakovsky has like the worst luck.
with every one of his shows. And
No, did you hear?
Samurai
did you hear
Jack's coming
Samurai
back.
Jack?
Yeah.
It's coming back.
2016.
Basically, it
world's
always
gonna
comes
end,
down to that none of his shows, basically, they don't have a good enough toy line.
Oh, is that why?
that
So
makes
they just
sense.
get canceled. Yeah.
No, like really, like that does make sense.
Samurai
Most
Jack
cartoons.
was like
then,
that,
then make
the
Samurai
robot
Jack a more adult-orientated show. Put it on Adult Swim.
More
and people
adult.
will
Wait,
fucking watch it.
no. It's
They,
already adult enough.
You can put it on Adult Swim,
It's okay.
on
There you go.
Sundays.
There you
They,
go.
and people will watch it.
What was the last one with Robot?
Robot. Oh, the Oh shit.
You know what I'm talking about, though, right? There's the 3 people. There's the robot, and then the prince and the guard guy.
I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm
Basically,
guessing
they come
it's
down
with
to
that
Earth,
artist.
and then it's like almost like they have Iron Man suits, but then they can turn them into a giant robot or some shit. But
Yeah,
basically, they showed that on Adult Swim, and
That was his?
It got better like reviews on that than it did ever like on normal TV.
Really?
What?
That was his.
Yeah,
He did
Interesting.
Powerpuff Girls. That lasted the longest.
Well, I like Powerpuff Girls a lot. Actually, I like all those things. Anyway, I wish though that like that would have kept going on with Star Wars, but I feel like it just ruined that it was the one shining grace of the prequels in my mind, and like it basically got fucking bulldozed over by the CG shit. And so yeah, I don't like the CG shit for 2 reasons. One, it's not good, and 2, like because it ruined the fucking like cartoon shit. Like
it got way better near the end.
yeah, but do you remember how fucking intimidating fucking oh god, what's his name? The forearm guy.
Grievous.
Yeah, how intimidating Grievous was at the end of fucking Clone Wars. Like he was scary, dude.
You mean
And
the
he,
Andy Tartakovsky one or the 3?
yeah, in the Andy Tartakovsky one, like
I
dude,
saw-
he
I
had
saw
like
him
5
kill a
Jedis
bunch
coming down to
people.
get him, and he took them all out.
I remember that scene.
And it was supposed to be the part of the what was his name?
Grievous?
No, the
Windu?
artist or the guy.
Gendy Tartakovsky.
Yeah, it was supposed to be the very end of his run, like the most recent chronological stuff. So that was happening directly before episode 3, and I was like, oh my god, Grievous is gonna be awesome. And to an extent, he was cool in episode 3. Like, he was one of the better parts of episode 3, but that's also because episode 3 wasn't even nearly as good as the Clone Wars comics. Clone Wars cartoon.
Would have been a good comic.
Well, yeah, that's beside the point, though. There's been tons of Star Wars comics, but we're talking about the media that most people will see.
Symbiotic Titan.
Like, that shit's got to be good.
I like how we said we won't talk about Star Wars.
Oh, no. We won't talk about Star Wars. I should say Force Awakens, yeah. We can talk about Star Wars all we want off topic. But anyway,
you guys want to talk about the trailer, or you want to talk about the show first?
Let's talk about
the trailer first, just to get out of the way.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Let's talk about the trailer.
Okay.
So basically, like, the thing that really kind of irked me was Lex Luthor's character when he's introduced. He acts like not like the comic book Lex Luthor.
Yeah, dude, he's the Riddler. He's fucking the Riddler. Like, the way he talks, the way he acts, that, like, jokey fucking, like, tone he has, and also just, like, getting a point to, like, not be smarter than everyone else like Lex Luthor is, or think he's smarter than everyone else, but, like, actually, like, making a point to fucking make a joke about being smarter than everyone else. Like, it's most of the fears that I had watching the first few trailers that I was like, okay, I'll give it time, you know, I'll wait, I'll watch what's going on, are starting to fruition into, like, full actual fears that this movie is fucking, I don't know I like Zack Snyder's movies, but, like, it's starting to fall apart in my head. Like, I'm not seeing how this is going to come together as a good story.
I would like to debate your assertion that he is more like the Riddler, and I would like to say that he's more like Zaz. If we're going to pick Batman people... Like,
Zaz is crazy though. Like, Zaz is an actual.
He was kind of acting like a fucking stupid crazy person.
Wait, Zaz isn't the
Zaz
man.
is
Zaz is the guy with the scars.
The crazy
Zaz is the
killer.
guy.
He cuts himself every time he kills
No, but
someone.
like, I don't think he.
That's why he's covered in scars.
Because he wasn't acting like an actual. Like, Zaz is a psychopath. But like, are you talking about from the actual, like?
You mean the personality? The persona?
Yes, the personality. I thought he was more like Zaz than the Riddler, but that's my personal opinion.
I don't know. I've always just looked at Zaz as a guy that likes to stab people. No, really, like, that's what he does.
Well, see, to me, like, most of my experience with Zaz has come from actually the Batman video games.
Okay.
And Zaz in those games makes Batman do all of these, like, crazy fucking things. Right?
Yeah, but
you can answer the phones?
if I remember, I was gonna say,
yeah.
if I remember correctly, in that game though, that's just him rushing around the city, whereas the Riddler.
But he has like these kind of riddles that he gives.
Yeah, but do you remember the Riddler missions too, where he's just basically constantly taunting your intelligence and shit?
Yeah.
That's exactly how Jesse Eisenberg was acting in that.
That's true.
That's exactly what I meant though. Like, Zaz though stabs people. Zaz is more fucking action than talk, dude. That guy kills people. Like, his body is covered in marks of fucking dead bodies.
Okay.
The Riddler doesn't have that.
I will concede like that he's not physically like Zaz, right? But personality-wise, he sounded a lot like Zaz with what he was saying.
Yeah, but
he was very taunting and kind of like almost feminine and like.
The downfall of the Riddler, Zaz isn't feminine either.
But he sounds feminine.
Nah, dude, if you ever look at the comic book Zaz, at least his eyes aren't even drawn as real eyes. They're these fucking burning black coals, and he's just like this soulless, like, human being, basically. All he gets off on is fucking murdering other people. It's not girly, I'll put it that way. But,
I'm saying that...
well, no, it isn't. It's kind of scary. Like,
girls
really,
can want to kill people.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm not... He doesn't talk girly, though. That's what you said, like, that's how you felt like. But, no...
In the game, he sounded feminine.
Yeah, he might have, but well, maybe he sounds like that. Anyway, the Riddler though is always constantly fucking like feeling.
He didn't have the same kind of persona that Lex Luthor has, that we're used to.
Yeah, that's true.
And
like
that was kind of like alarming a little bit while you're watching the podcast or while you're watching. I'd say
traditional.
trailer.
I don't know if you guys would agree with me, but traditionally, I don't think like in the in the best versions of Lex Luthor, aka the comic versions of Lex Luthor, because all the movies have fucked it up hard, and I think they get it right sometimes in the cartoons, but like.
Shout out to Michael Rosenberg, who I think was the best rendition of Lex Luthor so far.
Gene Hackman. Just kidding.
No, those guys. Wait, who's Michael Rosenberg?
He's the guy who played Lex Luthor in Smallville.
Oh yeah, he was definitely the best Lex
wonderful.
Luthor. But no, like I feel, but this goes against that though, because I feel like the best, like the way Lex Luthor is he doesn't have a good sense of humor, and I like Michael Rosenberg. And I would choose him again as Lex Luthor.
He was
I will say though that
just
because of Sorority Boys, I can't say that Malcolm Rosenberg isn't funny. That motherfucker is funny.
But if you go back and watch Smallville, because I watched it.
He took
like
a dildo
pretty much
in the
up
mouth
until like the
for
last
a movie,
season.
man. He fucking took a dildo in the mouth for a movie on camera.
Yeah, but see,
That's
I never saw Sorority Boys, so I don't
Maybe
see him like that. I see him as Lex Luthor. Like
You should
that's
watch
who
Sorority
he is
Boys.
to me.
You should watch Sorority Boys.
I don't
Just
need
say-
to.
Yo, you do.
That will ruin a lot of people for me.
Actually,
like,
that's kind of true. The Seventh Heaven.
yeah,
boy,
Barry
isn't it?
Watson,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love you.
No, it's either he takes the dildo in the mouth or Michael Rosenberg takes it in the mouth. I
don't
can't
care.
remember.
I
They're in
don't
a
care.
dildo.
I
they're
don't
in a
wanna
dildo
know.
sword fight, and like, yeah, it's awesome.
The biggest
it's
problem,
fucking cool.
like when I first saw the first trailer for Batman vs Superman, at first I was like, okay, Ben Affleck is Batman. I kind of jumped on the train with everyone that was hating on it. Evan, however, was totally for, like, just giving him a chance.
Actually, dude, Ben Affleck as being Batman is the least problem I have with like what I'm seeing in the trailer.
So like, I watched the first trailer and I thought, okay, first trailer, like, the first trailer, it did something for me. It made me actually want to watch the film, right? Because
what happened in it that?
The whole like it showed Superman as like being this not only just like being worshipped as a god, but also being hated as like feared. And then the other half was like Batman shows up and then meets Superman and he's like, "Do you bleed? You will." You know?
Oh, that's right.
And I was
that
like,
big fight
shit.
scene with the armor and whatnot.
It took me back to Frank Miller. It reminded me of Frank Miller, like The Dark Knight, when Batman and Superman had their showdown.
Well, it showed him on top of that building with the sniper rifle.
You're talking about Green Arrow?
No, Batman.
Oh yeah.
It showed him up there with a big fucking sniper rifle, like when he was in the comic when he was talking about the fucking insignia on his chest being lined with Kevlar back in the 80s, and Kevlar was like theoretical and shit.
Yeah.
He was in the armor just like in fucking Dark Knight, even though I'm pretty sure he's not gonna have the fucking cool Kryptonian like red sunlights, which would be awesome. He should. That's not even that hard to do, but we'll see if Zack Snyder.
Arrow.
Yeah. He had and I'm pretty sure he didn't even have the kryptonite ring in his fucking utility belt again. For in the Dark Knight.
I don't remember.
I can't remember. I remember.
Oh, Brass Knuckles.
Well, that was in the new one actually, where he had the fucking mini red suns in his gauntlets, and that was awesome. That was real cool.
Yeah.
That fit DC.
But like, I watched that and I was like, okay, I'm geared up for fucking this movie now. I actually want to watch it. I don't care about Ben Affleck being Batman anymore. I just want to see this movie now. And then I saw this trailer, and I felt like, okay, I don't really care anymore now.
Yeah, there's a lot to not like in this trailer, man. Like, Lex Luthor is just one part of it, but like then there's also fucking like
what we saw.
Here's the thing: is like okay, like I was giving it the benefit of the doubt for a long fucking time as far as the visuals of fucking Batman, and his suit is like fucking 98% there. But I don't know if this is the same for anybody else, but like, dude, that mask.
It's fat.
Yeah, it's a fucking big, fucking stupid, fat looking mask. Like, the mask was fat and stupid in fucking Frank Miller's Batman because his head was big and fucking stupid. Like, no, but like the mask itself wasn't like the big gooey part. Like, it was like his head.
That's what I was gonna say is like fucking Ben Affleck has a fucking stupid big fat head too.
Yeah, but it's even
his neck look huge.
Like, sorry, Ben Affleck.
No,
but...
he does have a big head. You're not wrong, but like, dude, that fucking mask is like
they tried to make it look like the comic book.
Yeah,
that's where the limitation between it being a comic and reality comes in, because you're never going to get a suit that's going to look anything like perfectly like it does in the comic, because those fabrics just don't exist.
Yeah,
I'm not saying it needs to look perfect with the comic. In fact, I'm saying that it probably shouldn't look like the comic, because Frank Miller's art doesn't look like real people.
Yeah.
And so, like, trying to make a suit that looks like Frank Miller's art is a bad idea in the fucking first place. It makes your fucking people look all, like, roided out and their heads are too fucking...
Every Batman suit so far has had similar problems.
No way, dude.
What's your favorite Batman suit?
I think it's fucking Dark Knight. I really like that fucking, like, really aligned down and how it was pieces of armor, like, that made him more mobile, you know?
The second movie, or?
Yeah, the second one.
Yeah.
That's my favorite bat suit, personally. It looks like the most realistic, like, Batman suit that could actually function in real life. I do like what they were doing, but it's just like, dude, his head looks like it's full of foam. Like, it looked like a foam mask.
Well, that's kind of my point, is where, like, if you're going to make a helmet, it's supposed to be a helmet. It can't just be paper thin and still actually function as a helmet.
Well, the helmet itself was different. I'm talking about the pieces around it, like in the neck and whatnot, of the Dark Knight one. But, like, I mean, I get why they did it, but, like, I don't agree with the choice. Especially the fucking, like, the nose looks weird. And, like, I just don't think the mask looks good. I think it looked good in Dark Knight, even though he didn't talk well in it. He talked like that still.
Well, my biggest issue with the Batman mask, personally, in the new film, is that you can clearly tell who it is.
Yeah, that's true, too.
Like,
it
leaves just nothing to the imagination about who the person is.
You can't hide that you can't hide that butt chin, though. I almost call it the bat chin.
it is the bat chin now.
Now it is.
Yeah.
But you can't hide it, though,
it's sort of always been an issue. Like, I mean,
with Ben Affleck?
Yeah.
With any of the Batman. Like, if you look at them and, like, if you've seen those people, if you think about them next to each other, it's like...
Right?
That's how facial recognition works, is you can have a partial part of the face and still get a match.
Yeah, no, I feel you on that. Like, dude, the fact of the matter, Clark Kent and Superman not being recognized.
So, like, the scene where Superman comes down and then those soldiers, like, kneel to him, and then fucking he goes over to Batman and there's those two guys that are next to him all chained up.
Dude,
and then, but wait. Then
I was just gonna add, like, when in the first trailer they did freeze frames of those dudes, and on their shoulder blades, they have the Superman symbol on their arms.
So that's his army?
Yeah.
So why the fuck does Superman need a goddamn army? He's fucking Superman. He is an army. But okay, that's I don't understand that.
What if they're part of, like, you know how there's the Metropolis Police Department they like handle, like, all the metahumans and stuff?
Yeah.
What if they're like an offshoot of that? They're like the Superman squad.
I don't think that is. Dude, they're on the middle of a desert. It's not the Metropolis desert.
People said that's the Fortress of Solitude.
Where would you
I'm not sure.
No, they already showed the Fortress of Solitude.
That's true.
The Fortress of Solitude's up in the fucking where the Fortress of Solitude's supposed to be. This is a fucking desert, dude. This is a fucking desert.
It's like Rocky.
And dude, you saw it in another trailer where fucking Batman's wearing fucking stupid sand goggles, and he looks even more dumb with the goggles on top of the fucking mask.
So Batman walks up to him, and then in front of all these people, he takes his fucking mask off.
So everybody, it's
like, boom, Bruce Wayne. Everybody knows Bruce Wayne and who Bruce Wayne is.
Yeah,
you take off Batman's mask, and everyone's gonna know who the fucker is.
Well,
it didn't make any goddamn sense to me. I didn't understand.
Guys behind him.
Yeah, and then I also read that someone complained, like, oh yeah, Superman's so strong that he pulled off the makeup over his eyes too, because there's makeup on Ben Affleck's eyes. They pull off the mask and all of a sudden it's a clean face.
That's some nitpicky continuity.
That is nitpicky.
Shit.
And me
the mask
saying,
is supposed to have shadows over the eyes.
And me saying taking off the mask is also kind of nitpicky. But my point is, like, if I was writing,
actually that makes sense.
If I was writing,
why would he uncover that person in front of those people? Like, even if there was
that could just be a bad. It could just be a bad edit. It could be a really bad edit and that could be like something that they
I think it's Zack Snyder really fucking like stretching the fucking like subject matter thin to the point where it's like these people have to fight, right? So they have to not trust anything about each other, and like it's really trying to like make like Batman not trust Superman and Superman not trust Batman. But the fact of the matter is both of them care enough and like are investigative enough that they would have figured certain aspects out about each other to at least think that there might be a possibility that both of them might be working towards the same cause. They still would fight, but they don't have to fucking completely distrust each other first, you know?
Well, the fight's completely over when we get, like, whatever the fuck that monster was.
Well,
that
do you
looked
know
like a cave troll from Lord of the Rings mixed with a Ninja Turtle?
It's Doomsday, but it's not Doomsday apparently, or
Yeah, there's some theories. It might be Bizarro. It might be Darkseid.
If it's Bizarro, man.
You know, I'm pretty sure it is just Doomsday.
Well, no, it better fucking be Doomsday. Like, dude, you see shit growing out of his back and stuff, but like, dude, your theory? Your theory is the best, dude. Like,
Ian, tell us what your theory is.
They showed Zod's corpse earlier on, so I'm pretty sure that's just like either somehow revived or like a clone of Zod or something like that.
Like Luthor did it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Luthor, I think. Because, like, dude, he's definitely the type where it'd be like, we're fighting aliens, let's use aliens, dead bodies, like, against them.
Yeah, because they're both the same, so why wouldn't you want a cadaver one-up so you knew how to kill the other?
To be honest, his face even kind of looked like...
That just makes me think then even more is that there's going to be more than one of them.
They're God.
Well,
I had seen a still of some parademons, and when he builds the Doomsday body or whatever... There's that organic stuff. It looks like organs or like some kind of fleshy material that's like in that big thing that they were building him in, right? You saw it, right? Like it looks like organs are like hanging and there's like flesh all over the place. And then to me it seemed like, I don't know, they used some really weird fucking organic / mother box stuff. Like they mixed.
I'm not even sure what
Zod.
you're talking about.
Well,
the
I
scene
saw
where it showed him open up the body bag when they were in that lab.
After that, there was like this weird like scene where there was like a lot of like fleshy looking stuff, but I also saw stills that aren't related to this trailer of parademons, which made me think, okay, so he mixed Zod with a parademon and we got Doomsday. And maybe they got a mother box. Maybe Lex Luthor has a mother box.
I don't know, man. It feels like
I'm a fucking nerd.
No. Like that's definitely like stuff that could be brought up eventually. But if that's all in this movie, that's a lot of.
Well, no, I mean, I think the mother
movie.
box, if it's in it, it'll just be like in the background.
Well, the parademon,
they're like, we found this box with this dead thing. We don't know what it does, and it's just set up for Justice League.
I mean, speaking out of like what we've actually seen in the trailers, but the parademon thing kind of makes sense because they're always DC's been talking about a fucking TV show that got turned into a movie of Justice League Dark, and parademon is part of that. But like, I never saw what you're talking about. I should look that up sometime. Fucking. I don't know, though. Doomsday, man. Like, it's like it feels like, from what we've seen so far, that they're, like, shoving almost too many major plot lines into this also. From, like, various old fucking, like, good stories.
Well, this is where they do a completely different thing from what the Avengers did, where the Avengers each had their own movie, and then they just put them in a movie altogether. And they didn't have to have, like, an origin thing of how they all
Well, no, they're doing that anyway.
Right, but this time... Justice League is going to come out first.
Well, yeah, it's the backers. It's the backers. They're doing it backwards. Yeah, it's like if Avengers had come out first.
Right, and that is like that's exactly why it feels like you're being force fed.
No, but like it's literally like, dude, there's like statues of Superman everywhere and shit, you know, like in those trailers, and it's like, dude, what? Superman destroyed a city. Like, why would there be fucking? Like, I know he saved the planet, supposedly, but it does seem like there's still a lot of mistrust. He's not the fucking hero comic book Superman is, so why are you making fucking statues of him everywhere? Like, looks like fucking city commission statues,
people are, like,
you know?
praying to him like he's God.
Yeah, and then there's that fucking military force and all that. And he didn't ask for that.
We gotta remember that this is, like, right when Superman first started to, like, show up and be known.
If a Superman character literally showed up today in the real world,
lots
of people would think he was God.
You're right, but, like, I don't know, man. Like, if you start going down that road,
he's the Antichrist.
Yeah, but if you start... Yeah, I was gonna say, if you start going down that road, that's when you start making Superman in the movies.
But that's exactly where they had
way different than Superman.
They had the picture of the statue of Superman, and then it said false God.
Well, no, somebody spray painted that on his chest.
Right, but that's the people that say that he's
but dude, that never really existed. I feel like in the Superman comics, at least not since the '60s or something.
Yeah,
like I didn't read it back then when he went from Golden Age to fucking like Silver Age.
Every once in a while, you'd get a character that was all like, "I don't like that alien."
Every now and then, but dude, in this, it feels like the world is divided.
That's good, though. That's more realistic.
I don't know.
Is that kind of ripping off of Civil War, though?
Well, I mean...
In a way.
You mean
being afraid of superpowers?
They've had slight things like this in comics over the years, like even before Civil War, where like in the one-offs and stuff like that.
What I'm saying is that's just never been an opinion or an attitude towards Superman by the Earth.
People have always loved him.
Yeah, no. There's been like a percentage, but it was like the Lex Luthors, the ones that feel like Superman fucking cringes on their area of expertise or something like that. It's never been like, oh, like 50% of the world is just fucking full of fear because one city blew up, even though he was saving the whole fucking planet.
And you got to remember,
like, some people it was never like that.
Some people don't even know he's an alien because he never told anybody.
No, Zod told everybody. Zod told the planet. Remember?
Oh,
he was broadcasting to everybody.
I was gonna say that would probably be one reason why people would be afraid, is because the amount of destruction.
Yeah, but it's almost... It feels like fucking Superman's almost playing along with this shit, too. He's got his, like, hair slicked back, and he just looks fucking evil.
He looks like a mean... He looks like a mean man.
Yeah, and that's not exactly... Like, dude, I like fucking Superman as an alien, but I don't like him as fucking, like... Oh, I know more than everyone else. I'm not willing to fucking look at any other viewpoint. That's not the way fucking Superman has been, even in New 52.
I think after, like, he's going to be like this partially throughout the movie, and then...
I believe so.
Basically, he's going to, after working with the other people, or, like, seeing Doomsday destroy all the shit, he's going to sort of evolve into a more... Like, recognizable.
You're probably right, because
Superman and Batman do have that relationship later where they're kind of more like friends, and
they
trust each other the most.
They keep each other in check.
But it was the other way around almost. Like fucking Superman was always the asshole, and this one he doesn't look like the asshole.
Superman?
I mean Batman is the one that looks like the asshole all the time.
I think the main problem with that is in the comic, like Superman, he's almost like a monk. Like, he's got almost, like unrealistic level of self-control. And, like...
Well, even the new one.
That would make sense if he, like, actually grew up on Krypton, but he grew up on Earth.
Yeah. Okay, well, we'll differentiate then, okay? Because, like, this new one in the fucking movie, right? Compared to the New 52 one, right? They're very much almost the same, where it's like, they're these aliens. They're detached from fucking humanity. They are super powerful. And
I think they're the most human ones ever.
Really?
They actually act like people.
Yeah.
Well, they act like people if they'd been given those powers, but the other people act like more like normal people that if they had been given those powers, like at the point that they're at, how they would act. Like, but what I mean is like they are more alien like that. And, but the difference between New 52 and fucking, the movie version, this new one, at least in Batman vs Superman, not necessarily Man of Steel, is that the Batman vs Superman one looks like he would kill people.
He does.
He looks like he would fucking like just make the decision that this person
He's already killed one.
Okay, yeah, but that's different. Okay, that is way different. That's a main bad guy. Like when it comes to comic storylines, like. Everybody's main bad guy is up for fucking grabs as to whether or not they would kill him or not, or whether or not they would be pushed to that.
How many people he killed in the first movie he was in, Man of Steel? We don't know how many people he really killed.
No,
all those buildings went down.
Okay, fair enough. Amount of destruction
but
he willfully.
No, we're talking about willfully killed.
Okay. He killed Zod willfully. Yes.
Yeah, no, that's
he feels like he has no choice because there's a Latino family that's about to be off.
No, he did not kill. He did not kill that. That was Zod. That was Zod. Okay, and the Kryptonian fucking like terraforming machines.
Okay, can we move on to Fargo?
Yeah. Well, wait.
We've spent way too much on this stupid teaser trailer.
You sure you don't want to talk about Wonder Woman?
It just, yeah.
I really.
Wonder Woman's a topic of interest.
Personally, I feel like they have not done Wonder Woman
justice. They think she's not fat enough. I think she's.
Yeah, let me speak.
Well,
I mean, I'm like in the middle of talking, and you.
Well, then they fucking talk.
Yeah, I feel like they did not do Wonder Woman justice. I feel like the actress that they chose was not very Wonder Woman in shape and form, and I feel like they took some short, skinny girl, and tried to make her look like Wonder Woman, and it doesn't really fit for me personally. As a female,
feels like they just took a model and they were like, "All right, this girl's pretty."
They did take
her face. Her face looks like it could be a Wonder Woman, so let's just do that.
Well, she's brunette, so she can be Wonder Woman. That's literally
You
all
can
it
dye
takes.
anyone's hair.
Yes, that's true.
In my personal opinion, I think her body type is completely right. I think her face is right. I think she's just not tall enough. She's supposed to be taller than Superman.
Really?
She's like
I don't
fucking...
remember, ever looking at her.
Yeah, it varies, but she's always been at least as tall as
It would make
Superman.
sense. It would make sense because she is an Amazonian, and they're usually
she's
in
fucking...
stature.
Well, dude, I
The
think that's what you
actress is
think
5'10".
She's... but she's still not, like...
In like boots.
We're talking 6'2", though, dude.
Yeah, and like
talking
naturally
like,
she
that's
should be
not
like
really that
6'2".
short.
And
But
there
anyway,
are plenty.
She's never
and
traditionally been like.
there are plenty of women
big
out
boned,
there who
but-
are actresses that are 6'2" that they could have picked from, but they chose to pick this person who looks pretty.
Well, she looks tall enough. It's just that
They're using CG and stuff like that to make her look taller.
Exactly.
They're using filming techniques to try and make her look taller.
Yeah.
But I personally, as a female, don't appreciate it.
I don't blame you. I'm on your
dude,
side.
I'm telling you this though, like, she doesn't have to be like bigger boned. Like that's like literally.
I think
like,
she needs to be a little bit more curvaceous. Yeah, she
That's not the
is
way-
way
that's not
more
the-
stick
I
figure right now.
I don't think that's the way Wonder
she's
Woman
ever
works
been.
though. Like the reasoning behind her being strong is that not because she's big boned or fucking muscularly.
Right.
I'm not
tough.
saying that's why
It's like
she's
literally
strong.
she's
I'm just saying
fucking
generally
magical.
her physical appearance is more curvaceous.
Right. Okay. So I agree with you
Well,
that
that's
Wonder Woman should be
odd.
a little bit more voluptuous.
Yes.
But what's really gonna say whether or not it's Wonder Woman at the end of the day is when we actually watch it and we see whether or not she acts like Wonder Woman.
I agree.
I have not seen that yet.
You might.
I don't
as
even think
well-
I've seen her speak yet.
But
No.
like, dude,
Yeah,
like I don't know, man. I feel like you guys like thinking that she should be like more curvaceous around.
It's
Like,
nitpicky,
it's
I know.
well,
It's
I
an
mean, like,
opinion.
I feel like that you'd feel that way though reading the comics too, which basically means that you just want the character itself to be more curvaceous. It's
This
not
kind of,
like,
I guess, this kind of goes
yeah,
back to
like
what we
it's,
talked
it's,
about with the
it's
bat.
not it's
suit.
not something like being more fucking like accurate to the character. It's just you don't feel like that's a fucking big enough person to do the things that she does. And really, we're not talking about a real person. We're talking about a fucking magical being.
Well, yeah, no, she's magic. I'm not saying that her physical
magic and tall.
appearance
That's
necessarily
That's it. Like, the
equates
only
to
reason
her
she's-
magical ability.
The only
I'm
reason
not
she's-
saying that.
She's super fucking skinny too.
I'm just saying that the Wonder Woman that
really
they
is.
showed didn't really
I mean, I
look
could
like
show
Wonder
you
Woman to
pictures.
me. Like, I wouldn't look at that person and be like, oh yeah, that's Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Like, that, to me, that alone says enough. Like, they kind of, like, should have done something more. Either picked a different actress or, like, made her...
I don't know if you could fucking
bulk
find
up
an
or
actress
something.
because, dude, if you found somebody bigger than her, then I'm gonna fucking say like it doesn't work right. Like if you found somebody that fucking like had like, if you found somebody that looked like the '50s one, then I'd tell her she was too short and too fat because that's not no because that's not the way she looks in the fucking
You're
comic.
talking about the actress.
Yeah. Like, I'm not saying she's ugly. I'm not saying that
I'm just saying there's plenty of tall actresses out there that would have loved to have that role. And I feel like they kind of overlooked women who
They
actually
also have
look
to-
like
they
how
also have
Wonder
to be
Woman's
able to
depicted.
act, remember?
Yeah, that's
the
true.
They
biggest
also have
the
to
biggest
fucking-
thing
but we
that
don't
one
know.
the biggest thing that is gonna be any like factor in this is if it actually looks like she can fight.
Yes.
So beyond that, none of it really matters.
That's
You're
true.
right. You're right.
That's true.
Man, they better let her chop people up with a fucking sword too. I mean, they're not gonna be a lot, but
It seems
would
like
be
all
good.
they're gonna. It seems like by the looks of the movie is they kind of spoiled it by showing Doomsday. Is like it seems like that's the
Yeah,
only
that's
bad
gonna
guy.
be the catalyst.
I really
That's
wanna
what's
see
gonna bring all-
Aquaman.
And this is when, and
You're gonna
obviously,
Flash.
Dude, how many months do we have? We got like 8 months until this stupid fucking movie comes out.
I'm just
And
saying,
this-
I really
it's
want
like
to see Jason Momoa as Aquaman.
Yeah, you're gonna-
like that's gonna be really
He's gonna
interesting.
be the most inaccurate of them all, unless they show the Flash, which I'm afraid is going to be not anything like what the Flash
So
is.
they won't use the Flash from the TV show.
Oh yeah, no, they've
No,
gone
it's-
on
they
record
already
saying that
cast him
that's
as a
not
different
happening.
actor.
Even though he'd be almost the guy that they've got for him is even skinnier and even widerier. Yeah, and he's been in comedies before, and dude, the suit's what scares me is because they said that it's gonna look like this suit from the Injustice video game, and I looked it up, and the suit looks real bad.
Oh,
Like,
no.
not good. Like, fucking, like, it's made out of, like, big plastic shards.
You would think that, like, at this point, DC would be trying to kind of try and catch up with, like, what Marvel is doing.
No, that's what they're doing, but, like, they're okay, Marvel's is, like, a super controlled environment, right?
Yeah.
Where they have control over every single aspect, but what DC wanted to do was they wanted to get fucking actual artists. Like, actual filmmakers to come in and put their own spin on the characters.
I get that.
And then meld them back together for, like, the Avengers Justice League movie, right?
I understand that.
But the problem being with comic book characters is you can't go too far from the character, like, of what they originally were, or else you're fucking writing a new character. That's what both of the fucking comic book industries are running into right now. And, like, basically with DC... all they really should have is Jeff Johns fucking looking over each and every fucking movie. Because Jeff Johns fucking innately fucking understands what the DC universe is.
My question...
on every aspect in every comic he's written, from Green Lantern, The Flash, to the Legion of the fucking...
Okay, but my question is why do we have a Flash TV show that features this Flash character that is not going to be the same Flash that's in the movies?
Because those are going to be
Whereas in Marvel
story,
universe,
those are gonna be the
we have Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and those characters actually do transfer over to the series, like movies like Iron Man and Avengers and shit that.
Actually,
that's where I feel like DC is really kind of like playing like a risky game.
I don't think it is, actually. I think Marvel's the one that's playing a riskier game, trying to tie it all together. I think DC is actually the smarter one by segmenting them. So basically, like, you can have Flash stories that don't even have the same actors, don't even have the same fucking thematic theme to them, like, or tone.
DC's like, playing into the multiverse, and Marvel's trying to make everything singular.
Yeah,
okay.
Well, no, like, you can
Fair
also
enough.
You can, like, tell different
that's
stories.
That's always been the main difference between the comics, even.
Yeah.
Right, but,
well,
Marvel has a
multiverse
too.
But
now they do.
Flash,
yeah.
The Flash,
after 30 years of DC having a Marvel.
The Flash is like the closest thing I can think to see DC's version of Spider-Man. In the way that it's like lower level crimes. He's fucking stopping bank robberies. He's fucking saving people from fires and shit like that. He does go upper level, just like Spider-Man does, fighting like cosmic beings and shit
gorillas.
like that. Yeah, but he always... No, the Gorillas is basically fucking Stiltman for fucking Spider-Man, you know? But like, and spoilers, dude, we haven't got there yet in the show. Fucking... Basically, the TV show, I feel like, is set aside for the type of tales that you can't tell in a movie.
Okay.
And that is like the weird serial stuff where it's all like, oh, you're stopping a bank robbery here. Oh, you're saving a person over here. Like a whole movie made around that doesn't work.
She's right.
I get that, but what I'm saying though is like
it feels
if you
like filler.
Well, but my point is more so that if you are going to have a movie that includes Aquaman, The Flash, Wonder Woman, that those people, there should be a continuity.
The beauty of it is even
it
if
feels
it's a
like
Flash,
there should be.
Even if it's a different Flash in the Justice League movie than the Flash in an actual movie, and they aren't, but if they were, and then it's a different Flash in the show, guess what? They're still all the Flash.
I know, but it almost feels like the different Luckies of General Hospital. Like we know that it's the same character, but it's acted differently by different actors constantly.
No, it's not all the same. It's not the same at all because all these stories all like coexist at the same time. Like every single part of it, even the parts that don't work well together, are still a part of the Flash. Like it's just the way that it is.
It's just weird to me.
The multiverse is like
that's my opinion. It's weird.
That's what happens when you read fucking comics for more than 20 years.
The guy who got cast as the Flash was Kevin, and we need to not talk about Kevin.
Nice. I like that guy.
That's not a comedy role.
I'd rather have him in Flash, like the actual TV show. Actually,
we have
yeah.
The thing with comic books,
he's been better as fucking what's his name? The one who killed Flash, maybe.
It's just, but what we were talking
I
about
don't know
is just
who
like
killed Flash.
It's some guy that fucking like basically can stop fucking momentum. So he touches Flash and he basically stops like right in the middle of his group of bad guys. They're called the Rogues, and basically all of them take turns just killing him, and then he dies. But then that's when Barry Allen comes back from the dead.
The end.
Yeah, no, I can't. I'm totally
Should we,
spoiling tons of stuff. But anyway, yeah, like as far as I can tell, no, we're just gonna close it. As far as I can tell, Superman or Batman vs Superman fucking is on shaky ground in my mind.
Yes, I'm kind of scared to watch it now.
Yeah, like
I'm
I
not
wasn't
sure
until
if
this
I
trailer.
really want to see it.
I really wasn't until this trailer.
I didn't really know what to think up until this trailer, and I'll tell you what, like, from a very lesser comic booky stance where I've only read a few stories about these characters, the portrayal of Lex Luthor by Jesse Eisenberg seemed very weak and inconsistent with the actual Lex Luthor character that we've come to know through the comic books. And that's been portrayed before in the movies.
Completely
It did not seem anything like Gene Hackman. It didn't seem anything like anything we've seen before. Mike Rosenberg, who was the best in my opinion.
It is.
But yeah,
I'm
not really impressed.
From somebody who barely reads the comics, she can tell. It's not like the comics.
The best,
It's
like,
pretty obvious.
the best rendition of Lex Luthor so far is, like, other than the comics, has been from the TV show, the cartoon in the 90s.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. That guy's right up. That guy's actually perfect. Dude, all those 90s cartoons. Alright, fucking Fargo, episode 8. Holy fucking shit. Jesus Christ, dude. Just
It's a
starting
lot of
from...
cursing.
Yep.
No, dude, there was
Okay,
a lot.
then.
There was a lot.
Alrighty then.
There's a lot of awesome in this. A lot of fucking Peggy and Ed being cool. Fucking
Being cool or being fucking dumb.
Peggy is psychotic. Peggy's fucking out of her mind. She is just.
I disagree.
Really? Okay, I gotta hear this.
I
Yeah.
think Peggy
Explain
has
this to
finally actualized herself.
Oh yeah, totally.
And I think that she has finally realized her full potential as a woman and as a wife. And that is why she was able to go along with this plan of Ed's to take Dodd.
Oh yeah, it's Ed's plan. She's the one who fucking ran over the fucking guy and fucking basically
I'm not
decided to
talking
drive
about running
home.
over the guy. I'm talking about taking Dodd to the cabin and trying to trade him for their safety.
I guess it is Ed's plan.
Yeah, I'm like, that was completely
I mean,
Ed's
it's
plan.
her
She didn't
fucking
know what she
problem,
was doing.
She was down with it, though.
Yeah, she was totally down with it because she was fully actualized.
How do you become fully actualized?
Yeah.
I think
Because
it's more
she's
of this-
actualized.
at this point, like, what her, like, hallucination told her to do, or what she thought it told her to do, was just basically
Stop thinking.
Go with the flow.
Be.
Like,
That is
do-
right.
do whatever
Just
happens.
be.
Dude, no,
don't
but
think.
Even what the fucking hallucination said, she wasn't even listening to it.
Yeah.
The hallucination fucking
Do you
said.
know the difference
It was like,
between
no,
thinking
no,
and
Peggy.
being?
No, it said fucking. It was like the difference between thinking and being, right? Yeah, like you
Yeah.
said. But then she said, "Oh, don't think about the person that I want to be. Be that person that I want to be." No, it's not fucking that. It's fucking. Don't think about the person you want to be. Just be who you are, you fucking retard. Not who you fucking want to be.
For a second,
Like,
I thought she
I
was
disagree.
the plant.
no, that's what
She's a
being
secret
is.
agent.
That's what just being is.
She's being
I think that
programmed.
people can change who they are on a fucking
No, they
dime.
can't. They can't.
can.
But guess what? That's not just being.
I
Just,
think it can
no,
be.
No,
Yeah.
No, maybe after years upon years of fucking like
Comes with the
thinking
environment,
about
man.
being. No, but you have to actively change yourself to just be. To just being. Like, that's just being natural. That's just fucking being who you are. Not who you fucking want to be.
And
Fucking
what
Peggy's
if who you are is repressed from who you actually are? Do you get what I'm saying?
Who
like,
you want to be? Is
yeah,
it
well,
repressed?
not who you want to be. Who you actually are is repressed from your daily life. Like, for example,
no.
Peggy has been putting off the things that she wants to do in her life because she wants to have a family.
That still has nothing to do with who you want to be. Like, that has nothing to do with who you want to be.
No,
The
I'm
person who
saying
you
that
actually
she's
might be is
her
fucking.
being is actually who she is, and that person is not who she is when she's around her husband. That's what I'm saying.
Wait, what? I don't
They're
know
different.
about that.
She's a different person with her
I don't
husband
think
than
I
she
don't.
is
I think that
not
she
with him.
is a person, but I think she doesn't actually want to be that person, and that's
I
why
think
she's
it's all-
constantly trying to change.
It's all just an excuse to not have to, like, look at your actions and, like,
To be honest, I think
make,
it's.
like, a judgment about, like, whether or not what you're doing is even right or wrong.
It's a
I
sheltered.
also-
It's a sheltered existence.
I think it's actually a fucking big fucking statement by the Coen brothers on fucking 70s feminism also. About how she's just so fucking wrapped up in fucking bettering herself and changing herself that she's not actually taking a look at what she has. Like, she's not taking a look at how her life was basically idealized. Like, if people could time travel back from now and have the life that Peggy had then? A lot of people, I bet, would fucking take that because that was a simple fucking lifestyle. I mean, it wasn't possibly the most fucking energetic or fucking adventurous lifestyle.
White men would.
Yeah.
Not much else.
No, white women white women like Peggy would.
Absolutely not. Because
Right
I'll tell you right now.
What was Ed doing that was so long?
From a female perspective, I would never want to be Peggy. I would never
why?
ever want to be Peggy.
What's wrong with Peggy?
Because she is completely subservient to her husband.
How was she completely subservient?
I don't know about
seems
that.
like
she's the one driving him.
Yeah, Todd's the one that's subservient.
It seems like, from what we've seen so far in the show, that she has just started the revolution of not being subservient to her husband.
No, dude, that's what I'm saying.
Up until this point,
feminism.
We don't really know how they were.
No,
before,
it seems like feminism plants the seed sometimes. Like, okay, yes, sometimes females need to take power, right? But dude, sometimes fucking it's grass is greener syndrome, and fucking like people basically fill them full of shit on like, oh, you need to act this way. It's what the fucking what's her name was fucking her hairdresser lady, lesbian
Constance.
feminine. Yeah, it's what she was filling her full of shit on, and the fucking like where basically she really did need that money. She really did need that money back from her. And guess what? She fucking kept telling her, guess what? Your needs are more important than everyone else's. Because guess why? You're a female, Peggy. And that's because in the 70s, they were acting like that, dude. I'm just saying, that's the way it was in the fucking 70s.
I'm not saying I agree with that. I'm not saying I agree with that at all. What I'm saying is literally, like, basically the whole idea of her husband Ed telling her, "Oh no, we got to stay here and we got to start a family."
They did have to do that. Like,
no,
dude,
they didn't.
Yeah, they did.
He could have let Peggy go to Sioux
her
Falls.
Fucking brainstorm to fucking like better their whole family was her fucking go to Sioux Falls. Now, what was that really gonna do other than have her come home talking more about actualization?
I think their problem
it wasn't gonna fucking better their situation at all.
It seemed like their problem was they never really talked to each other and really listened.
Fair enough.
Because if they went to counseling, like lovers counseling, couples counseling, they would have had to talk about what they both want and see which one matches up. Because he says he wants to have the butcher shop, he wants to live at his parents' place still, he wants to have a family there, and it's going to be like a tradition. His kids will do the same thing after, and they'll be happy.
That's one of the only like actual complaints was like he had the life planned out, and it's not really his fault because she didn't really
speak
up.
Yeah,
she didn't really state that she didn't want to live in that house. She just kind of stewed about it.
Yeah, she just kind of went with it.
So, I mean, like, if she'd said anything, I'm pretty sure he would have been like, okay, let's get a new house.
Yeah, because he cares about her. Yeah, he fucking cares.
But it's just that's part of the problem with back then, too, is
people didn't communicate.
She was also conditioned to not talk. Yeah.
She thinks that that's the way it should be. And even though, like,
she wants to not be that way.
Ed wasn't making her be that way. It's just that she wasn't, kind of doing what the stupid bullshit tells her to do. But that's the whole problem with that. Is the only reason that lady is so hard on her for that is because she wants to.
She wants to bang.
Yeah, she wants to.
And I wasn't completely sure. I thought it kind of just was like, okay, well, she just wants her. She's just kind of dumb, and she wants Peggy to do what she wants until
she made out with her.
Well, until it showed her in the room.
Oh wait, really?
Did not.
They didn't kiss each other.
Oh, whoops.
She looked like she was about to try to kiss her, and then
that's what I'm mad.
Hey, you gotta go.
But even that was kind of like a little. I mean, maybe that was just not what was happening.
I don't think so. They didn't show some shots of her having.
Until they showed her in the hotel with the bottle of champagne
and the rose.
Yeah, like that's like guaranteed. That's what she was trying to do.
I want to clarify that the reason why I would never want to be Peggy is because she does not feel comfortable talking to her husband about what she wants and what she needs in the relationship.
She doesn't talk to anybody about.
No, but that's the thing. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
She talks to Constance.
That's what I'm trying to tell you is I think
Constance tells her what to do.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Constance tells her, but at the same time, Peggy does share with Constance how she feels in a way that she does not ever include Ed.
No, that's the thing is she's not sharing her fucking like feelings with Constance. Constance is telling her what she's supposed to feel. Peggy's not fucking telling her anything that she should feel. Fucking Constance is being like, you're a woman. You need to feel this way. And fucking
I like your accent.
No, but
I like the way you
I can do a North Dakota accent. Yeah, totally. But no, Like, Peggy is just dumb. And the fact of the matter is Peggy is having first world fucking problems where her life was fucking actually pretty fucking perfect. And, like, fucking because feminism rolled through and told all females that they were being enslaved by man, like, during the 70s, that she had to break free of her shackles, even if she didn't even fucking have any. And that's what fucking Peggy did. And guess what? It's led down this weird fucking road of fucking murder and mayhem. And her thinking that she's just going down the road of life because she's fucking living by these self-help fucking like...
I'm just saying it seems like Peggy is a character who has not been consulted before by her husband about what she wants and what she needs. 70s, and that her husband basically assumes that whatever he wants and whatever he needs is the same needs of Peggy. And I don't think that's necessarily the case. And I think that's why we see Peggy hoarding magazines in the fucking basement. Yeah. Is because she has this repressed urge to tell her husband about what she wants and what she needs, but she just can't. Not only because she can, but she feels like she can't.
Which is why I didn't tell her that, though. It's society. Like,
I'm not saying it is Ed's fault. I'm just saying that I would not want to be Peggy. I don't want to be in those shoes.
I just think it's a big quote on feminism.
I personally appreciate being in a relationship where I can tell my partner how I feel and what I need, and that I don't have to be afraid of how they're going to react.
By the way, did anybody think the hallucination was an alien?
No.
Which hallucination?
The one that was talking to her down in the fucking basement.
Oh, I think that's just her being crazy, man.
Yeah, no, I think it could be crazy, but dude, like, she was crazy a lot in that episode, but she never fucking visualized another person talking to her.
That's true,
she's
but
having a mental break.
Yeah, this is the mental breakdown that she's not willing to admit that she's having.
Yeah.
She could, but, like, you think those things would escalate as opposed to,
It became a visual, physical thing that she saw in front of her.
No, that was the climax. I'm saying the rest of the episode, there was nothing like that.
It seemed,
so that's what I mean, is like, that was the climax.
Which is why if it was an alien, I felt like we would have seen something prior to, like, trying to say, like, I was abducted too. Like, the other people kind of had moments where they were like,
they lost time.
Well, dude, no, she was sitting there talking to herself, though, and she didn't even notice Dad was fucking awake. And fucking, also, that guy just looked really fucking weird. But I could be wrong.
All of the alien stuff has been centered around, like, other people. Like, Peggy and
Ed have not really...
never seen any of the alien stuff.
No, but that doesn't mean anything. Like,
no, but my point being is like, why would then it
but that could have been.
And that was the guy who's
It's really contacting everyone.
That was the guy who's running the seminars.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the seminar guy.
Yeah,
dude, how does she know?
Because that guy,
because Constance, tells her about everything.
Like?
She doesn't.
Does she know what he sounds like?
She's manifesting him into that thing.
Yeah,
she got the acceptance letter.
Face.
She got the acceptance letter. There's nothing saying that she didn't.
An acceptance letter doesn't make a face. An acceptance letter doesn't make a fucking voice.
But what if she got a brochure when she applied? Like, what if she took a brochure?
We're talking about a lot of what ifs that they did not show within the actual fucking show.
You're the one who's sitting here bringing them up.
Okay, I'm just kind of surprised that she's Constance is talking to her about the seminar. They're gonna go to the seminar, but it's a guy that's doing the seminar.
Yeah, that's true too.
That's kind of weird, right? Like a feminist thing run by a dude. Like,
dude, it's still the 70s thinking.
I mean,
it's
is
still
this
the
suffragette movement.
It's still the 70s bullshit, dude. Of like, men can only be educated.
They never once said like, we've always just assumed it's a feminist movement, not just a self-help group.
Yeah.
Because it heavily implies it by the way that lady's speaking. But
because the only two characters...
It's all about fucking females taking charge of their fucking destinies.
Well, the only two characters that we see talking about this movement
are
females.
It's not who is talking about it. It's not who is talking about it. It's what they're fucking talking about.
We're gonna find out by episode 10 what it is. If there's a bunch of dudes and girls, it's just all chicks.
Do you really?
I know plenty of men that go to self-help.
Do you really think they're gonna make it to the self-help center?
Like, I know that they're going to Sioux Falls.
I'm pretty sure they'll make it to Sioux Falls, but do you really think they're gonna make it to the
thing?
Yeah.
Okay,
well,
yeah,
because sort of there.
Here, this is why I know.
Are they? Is that close?
The hotel.
They're right next to that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was. I didn't know that was close.
This is why I know that we're gonna go there, because Peggy is still inside that fucking shell in her mind, and she needs to go there still, and she's gonna see Constance dead. Because we have to see what happened to Constance.
However,
that's true. She's dead.
I don't want to jump ahead necessarily in the episode, but
we're only at the beginning.
Actually, never mind.
I will save my point for later, because like my point basically
Dude,
go straight to the end of the
okay,
episode.
well let's skip through a little bit.
next.
Okay, so fucking Peggy was talking to herself. Fucking Dodd was like flipping out already about fucking his female captor at least being apeshit crazy
in the basement.
Well, yeah, he tried to warn Todd, and I think Todd already knows that Peggy's losing her shit.
Todd,
but she's his wife. Yeah, Fat Todd.
Ed.
We will call him Ed because that is his character's name in the show.
But dude,
he's Todd in Breaking Bad. In case you don't understand the reference.
Yeah, it's Fat Todd. No, Ed fucking. I did like how he one shot fucking knocked out fucking Dodd. That was crazy. He fucking punched him once and he was out.
Cold clocked him.
Fucking. Dude, we did not hit on what happened at Ted Danson's house at all.
Yep, it was
fucking that's gonna happen next episode. But good God, fucking.
This was a very
actually, we did talk about that last episode.
No.
They are.
No, I mean
they didn't show.
No, I said they didn't.
Oh, okay. I thought you
they
said
didn't.
we.
They didn't talk about the fucking reunion.
Yeah,
this last episode. I think that's gotta happen in the next episode because good God, was that shit fucking nuts.
We might not see Ed and Peggy until the last episode.
Well,
because they gave us so much of it.
Is the next episode in 2 episodes?
Is the next one 9?
Yes, the next.
So
there's 10 episodes.
So yeah,
there are. You're sure?
Yeah.
I have a feeling.
Then yes, you're right.
Yeah.
I personally have a feeling that because we saw the police show up at the end of the episode, that we will see some sort of
Ed and Peggy moment
with the police taking them into custody.
Wait, let's get to that at the end. We'll talk about that.
Well, I mean, like you keep bringing stuff up.
No, I'll bring that up here. Into custody.
Where So after that happens, what happens again? They get inside the car. They drive towards the.
They go to the lake, which is Ed's uncle's cabin.
Yeah.
To hide.
Smelly uncle.
Well, they've been there actually. That's where fucking. Oh wait, yeah. They go to the lake, and
Todd basically, or Ed Bloomquist, he tries to go to the general store that is near the cabin by the lake where they're staying, and he tries to use the phone to contact the Gerhardts many times. In which we saw in the previous episode, he kind of failed at. A lot of times, he was trying to contact Bear.
Well, it seemed like he was failing, but like...
Bear was there to take the phone call, but he basically didn't want to because
shit was more important.
He was preoccupied by other stuff that was happening in the episode.
The first time he wants Dodd to be dead.
That's true.
Is that what you think was going on?
Fuck yeah, he didn't want anyone to find Dodd. He wants Dodd out of the picture.
The first time he just said take a message.
Yeah. I thought.
Yeah, but he also was like, I don't.
That last time, it was the last time. It was on the third phone call, I thought, of the last episode.
That's when he said,
where he was, he's like, I don't even give a shit, basically, like, and he threw up his arms and he ran off, or he like stomped off. But Ed really did try. It seems like he tried real hard to fucking contact the Gerhardts about Dodd and fucking like let him know.
But that's dumb. Hey, I'll give you this guy I'll give you your son. Don't hurt me anymore.
Well, he didn't actually say that he was going to give them to him. He was just saying that he had to.
He was going to try and argue for their freedom.
Exactly. He was going to start a conversation from...
It is a simple-minded approach.
You say that, but like it is what it is. Like he's messing with these higher up like mafia dealers.
Yeah.
Or mafia like leaders, and he's got to fucking... like
this is the
try to get himself out, and that's what he's trying to do, and it's not gonna work out well, I'm sure.
No,
but
did you? Oh my god. Yeah, I just felt like he's such a simple. Yeah, he's simple-minded, and that's exactly why he wanted his life to be simple and stay in where he was, and
simple-minded, but
around that time though, the phone call was when the fucking many fucking hangman symbols started showing up.
We actually saw those in the last episode, but I don't think we talked about them.
Yes, Did we really?
I
Where
noticed.
Were there?
Where was it?
In the last episode, at the very end, they showed Todd
Ed
Bloomquist making the phone call, and we saw that on
that one though.
Yes, we saw that exact hangman symbol.
No, was that the one though?
Yes.
Okay, but there weren't any other ones from that.
No.
Okay. Yeah, no, but it was almost like when, like, I mean, not to rush ahead, but like. it almost seemed like too much in this episode.
There was nooses everywhere.
Yeah, you saw fucking nooses like in a million different spots.
The foreshadowing was kind of insane in this episode. We saw nooses on the bathroom door. We saw them on the wall inside the cabin. We saw them in the store. Mm-hmm. And then eventually we saw them around Ed Bloomquist's neck when Dodd escapes from his rapture of ropes.
But wait.
I'm not trying to jump ahead, but I'm saying it all ties in.
Peggy being crazy and fucking just being like super willing to fucking stab up Dodd. Like damn, dude. Like she is just so detached from reality that she doesn't even like realize fucking puncturing somebody with like 2 or 3 inches of knife can actually fucking like hurt.
2 or 3 inches.
What? I actually.
So there's no way it was 2 or 3 inches.
That one on the left looked like it was in there, dude. She was all like, or I mean her left, you know? Like
I disagree with your assertion that this was a form of insanity. I feel like she was actually trying to establish dominance with Dodd.
But she didn't even recognize it as that. Like, if she doesn't recognize it as that, then that is insanity.
It's the same as the movie...
like, she was establishing dominance, but she didn't realize she was doing that. She thought she was fucking doing the same shit she does in a bake sale. Like, basically being a normal human being.
Okay, so I guess my question then is, when animals act on instinct, right, does that mean that they're insane? Because they don't necessarily know that what they're doing...
Is it... No, I mean, like, logically, like... I mean, not logically, but by definition, aren't all animals supposed to kind of be insane, like, in retrospect to human beings in the way that we think about... Listen, in the way that we think about things, like, we're supposed to have logic about things. We're supposed to, like, differentiate what is right and wrong. Yeah. No, I'm talking about fucking, like, being able to figure out whether or not you should do something, whether or not it's safer for you to do something, whereas animals generally don't have that up and, like, past, like, hey, maybe I shouldn't put my hand in that thing that hurts me.
That's what I'm trying to assert here, is that Peggy is in survival mode. She is left alone with this character Dodd, who she views as extremely dangerous.
No. She was stabbing him because he called her names. Like, and she was teaching him a lesson. But I'm just saying that it's like a mother. It's like if you were a kid and fucking you said bad words to your mom, like if you fucking got stabbed for it. Like, that's not fucking normal. That's not fucking animalistic nature.
That's Mommy Dearest. That's Misery.
Yeah, that's crazy shit.
Like, in Misery, she captures that dude, and then she's, like, breaking his ankles and stuff to make him write a book.
Yeah.
Well, see, I took it as Dodd was sitting there threatening her, and she needed to...
He wasn't even threatening her. He was just talking hot air.
She was asserting her dominance, but it wasn't because she wasn't insane. It was because she was...
I think it was exactly what she said. She's finally in a position of power over somebody, and she's basically...
But she wasn't pushing it.
Treating him like a kid.
She's basically like pushing it to the max. She knows she has power over this person. She knows he can't do anything, and so she's basically...
She can finally stab him with no consequence.
I don't think that's it at all, to be honest. But okay.
I don't know. She killed another.
She's not consciously doing it. It's just she knows she is in this position.
No, I mean, like, I think that she thinks that what she is doing is completely normal.
I think it actually relates back
to... I think that she thinks that, like, what she's doing, like, anybody would do that in her situation, and that's not the case.
That's what
that is possible.
She's fucking nuts.
But like, I also feel like it relates back to the feminist movement, where she feels like, okay, this guy is sitting there calling me names. He's possibly dangerous.
No, I don't even think it was
But she's not a very good feminist.
Yeah,
I'm not saying she is. But what I'm saying is that by stabbing him, she is asserting her dominance over him and showing him, hey, you're not in control here. I'm in control.
Yeah, but like the fact that her mind...
This is the Peggy show, not the Dodd show.
No, but like you can do that without fucking inserting fucking knives into people. Like, that is fucking shit that can kill you. I know this is a TV show.
Like, go up and stab
him. She didn't fucking slap him. She didn't fucking call him names or anything or tell him to stop. Either. She fucking just put it in. Like, and then he kept talking and she put it in again. Like, that's not normal behavior. Nobody does that except for insane people.
Would do it.
Yeah,
Dodd would do it, and so would the Indian. So would the Indian. We saw him shoot people in this episode.
And he's an insane person. Like, let's get into that. I think he fucking went nuts at the end of this episode.
I'll agree that the Indian might be insane, but
all of them are. Fucking dog killed a fucking human being when he was
the
fucking
Indian
5
at
years
this
old.
rate
Anything. People
Fucking
done-
5-6 years old, and he's done it ever since.
And he
And
didn't
fucking is telling the woman how he's gonna beat her
He
up.
possibly
and he's
did
gonna
not
fucking do
understand
it.
the circumstance of which he was put
He
in.
could just be a piece of shit. That doesn't
Yeah.
mean he's insane.
No, dude, he enjoys it. That's the part. He knows what's wrong,
That
but he
means
just
he's a
fucking enjoys it.
sadist.
But
That
Peggy
means he's a
doesn't.
sadist.
But Peggy doesn't even fucking realize that it's wrong. That's what I'm saying.
You
Like,
call
she
God
fucking doesn't even
insane
realize
in
that
the same
inflicting.
manner that she is.
I feel like Peggy would do that if fucking Ed was on the chair.
Okay.
I don't
Even.
feel like
Do
that
you
at all.
think Peggy's insane, Ian?
Or
do you think
for the
she's
most
what-
part?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It seems like she's kind of both.
She's
I
basically.
feel like she hovers
not-
between both worlds.
No, I don't see how she
Sanity and
hovers.
insanity.
She's living in a
Her-
bubble that's
her
very
mind-
strange.
I think her visage of
Her
herself.
mind is breaking slowly
Yes.
throughout the whole season of the show. It's been breaking ever since she first accidentally killed Rye.
yeah.
Yeah.
And or not accidentally killed him, but accidentally hit him.
I'll
and then
agree
they
with
had
that.
to kill him. And then basically, this is the first real like fracture where she's
No, there was more. Like
where
when she's
she's
talking to the police.
hallucinating.
When she,
like, this
that.
is like the first real actual break. Like everything else has just been sort of
Even
her.
when they were cleaning
Having
up
to
the
kill
body,
Ryan,
though,
having to
dude.
kill Ryan.
Even
and
when they were cleaning up
hide
the
it.
body, like literally the day after fucking they cleaned up the body, she was already going back into her routine of, hey, I need
Yeah,
to better
that was-
myself. She wasn't worried about the fucking
That was
murder.
her,
She
like,
wasn't worried about
suppressing
grinding
it.
him
It
up in
was-
a fucking
that was her
hamburger.
suppressing it. She
That's
was like,
called a
No, it wasn't
dissociative
suppressing, dude.
personality
She fucking literally
disorder.
spent money
Which
to
is
fucking like jeopardize their
crazy
whole
person.
fucking future. Like,
It's like you think that crazy people do all this by choice.
Yeah.
Most crazy people don't even know they're crazy.
Yeah.
She doesn't know
she
she's crazy.
obviously doesn't know she's crazy. She
Yeah,
thinks
but
she's
then
a fucking
how
housewife.
can you say that she wasn't doing these things?
What?
I said, how can you say she wasn't doing
Who was
these
saying she wasn't doing what?
things? You said she wasn't suppressing it. That she just had already gone back into
Because
her
you can't
routine.
suppress something that you're not fucking aware of.
Yes, you can.
No,
Yeah,
you can't.
Yeah, you can.
No, you can't. That's fucking
That's
you
like
not
the definition of repression.
No, it isn't. No, that's your fucking mind suppressing. It's
What
not
do
you.
What do you think repressed memories
You have
are?
to take. You have to. What?
What do you think repressed
Not something
memories
you
are?
fucking chose to repress. That's something your fucking mind was so traumatic
Oh
that
my
it literally
God.
couldn't deal with the reality of it,
What
and it
do you-
fucking suppresses it. Just saying, it's
It's
not
okay.
something
What
you
are you
choose
Peggy's,
to fucking do.
Peggy's an interesting character with a fucked up mind. That's what I got out of it. She's crazy. She's sheltered.
She's damaged.
She's suppressed. She's everything.
Aren't they
I
in
think she's
Todd's
everything.
family cabin right now, or one of
His,
Todd's family
his
members?
uncle's cabin.
uncle's
I think
cabin.
one of his fucking his family members are gonna fucking bust in on him. By the way,
Well,
or actually,
it's
maybe
After
not.
the
now.
police
maybe,
showed up?
maybe not after the police showed up. Now that I think about it,
Smelly old uncle, whatever his name is gonna be like, "Hey, someone's in my house.
yeah, no, I
can smell
definitely,
you in there."
I definitely feel like that shit. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, fucking the Indians shot up the bar.
That was cool.
Yeah,
That
that
was
was
great.
Awesome. I loved it.
Yeah, I mean, and that's another thing that kind of says something about people being hanged.
It does because
the
there was
sign
the
says
vomit underneath
22
the
Sioux
sign.
Indians were
Well, see, it
caught.
was
Yeah.
weird. It was weird because, like, for me, like, okay, when it first showed the hangman in the fucking telephone booth,
Yeah.
right? Like, it was all like, okay, well, there's, like, obviously, like, fucking foreshadowing that something's gonna go on with Todd, or I mean, Ed, and fucking, like, possibly Peggy. But, like, I also took that as symbolism of games, right? And you also saw that throughout the episode, at least with the hangman and also the cards, which he ended up buying from the guy. But I don't.
It's also like the negotiation that he's trying to do when he's making these phone calls. It's like a game.
I also
It's
felt
like a spy game.
I also felt like the symbolism of the hanging man symbolized the suffocation of Peggy as a woman.
I kind of felt like so.
Really?
I don't know. I keep reading what the
God,
Indian's
she's
name
suffocating
is.
her fucking self. I'm thinking that
Oh,
there's
is his
more
name
to
Virgil?
it. Who?
Yeah. It's Virgil.
The Indian.
Who?
Virgil's
Oh,
the Indian.
Virgil.
I kept wanting to call him John Redcorn.
I
So,
couldn't.
so Virgil, he goes to this place, and then we see that hang thing, and we keep seeing all these nooses and stuff. In a way, I feel like him coming in. This is cutting forward, but he has a lot to do with this noose that we keep seeing, because he feels like he's the one with the noose around his neck.
I think the noose is around everyone's neck. I think that's the
Right.
point of everybody in the show, at least.
Yeah, or at least in that room.
The Gearharts, the Bloomquists, the fucking cops. I think they're all fucking going down a really fucking rocky bad
Right.
road.
And it's all gonna end at Sioux Falls, people.
Yeah, I mean
And
that's 100%.
That's another thing. If Virgil, I don't know what kind of Indian he is, but Sioux Falls, and then
He could be a Sioux Indian.
I don't think he is.
We don't know.
No, I'm pretty sure he said he wasn't a Sioux Indian. Like when he went to that bar.
He said I never grew up there.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, in Sioux Falls.
I don't know.
But anyway, like that doesn't even matter.
It doesn't, but I'm just saying, like, I just kind of felt like the whole thing with the Indian was a lot to do with what we saw with the.
Was that Constance? Is the car that they're in Constance's car?
No,
that's Dot's car.
So how did the Indian find Constance then?
He found
because of the note
Constance.
that was on the
there was a
refrigerator.
note on the refrigerator.
Oh yeah,
that
Sioux
said,
Falls.
"Congratulations,
Yay,
you've
or
been
something.
accepted."
Okay.
It was a reservation for the hotel.
So she's dead, right?
No.
No, I mean, like, I'm asking, like, does anybody think she's dead? You don't, I guess?
I personally don't.
think she's
I
fucking
personally
dead.
don't think she's dead in the way that we didn't see her die.
No, I'm asking if you think she's dead.
Yeah,
Not
and that's
if-
what I'm saying, is I didn't see her die. I didn't see him kill her, so I'm going to hold out hope that maybe he
Okay, so you don't
decided to go and pursue the Bloomquist instead of wasting his time killing her because she doesn't really mean anything.
Have we ever seen him kill a woman? I don't think we have. Maybe he did in Vietnam.
I
don't
mean,
know.
like, he's basically been trying to kill Peggy and Ed the whole time.
He's been stalking them.
Yeah, but if he
would have killed them if the cops hadn't come that first night.
If Dodd gave the order,
Find the belt buckle.
in the first few episodes, if Dodd gave the order, he'd do it.
Ian, you mentioned that you think that Virgil's crazy as fuck.
In this episode alone, like on none of the others, he seems sort of like sedated. Like the whole time, his eyes are kind of half closed, and he's like doing
tired.
Well, he's
like, tired of everything that he's been doing.
Well, you said
he's
though
doing,
earlier,
like crazier things. Like
I think he's all like what AJ said though, PTSD.
Yeah, could be a PTSD.
Nah, dude, the way he's fucking just like literally almost like when he runs into a person, right? He doesn't say much, and the person talks to them for a little bit, and then what does he always bring up? Vietnam. Fucking Vietnam. No, I'm just saying, like, and how the red man wasn't respected there.
I think that's
like, then also, like,
a way to, like,
I'm just saying. Like,
That's also the most recent event that happened in his life.
I think it's partially a way to also try and intimidate people. Because if they know he was in Vietnam and he got out of it alive.
Yeah, but Vietnam, I feel like.
You mean when you talked to the bartender?
Yeah.
I didn't think he was trying to intimidate him. I think he was trying to tell him, like,
not bartender. I meant
the guy in the garage.
Auto shop.
Yeah.
By the way, his name is Hansi, not Virgil.
Oh, it's not?
Oh.
It's
I don't know why we get Virgil.
I don't know why I called him
where
Virgil.
did we get it's not a bad name. It
because
sounds like it. It sounds like it would fit.
I just looked it up.
Hansi.
And in real life, he is a Blackfoot Indian.
Oh, that's
He's-
right. That's our
He's
tribe.
part Blackfoot and part Irish.
Fuck.
Just like us.
Yeah.
Yep, that's exactly what we are.
Except for
I
you
don't
guys
look
are
like
very
him.
light skinned compared to him.
I don't know,
Probably
dude.
got
When
a
I get a tan,
Zing!
no, when I get a fucking tan, dude, I look like.
I turned
I feel like
look
the
like him.
Vietnam War for him, though, like, he brings that up a lot, but I also feel like it's a major talking point of the time because he was
I
literally
think it's
just
both.
in Vietnam.
I think it's both. I think like you don't get out of Vietnam
That's what he said. He
without
missed it.
feeling like how he feels.
Remember how John Rambo
and
felt?
like and that's exactly what Ted Danson was talking about. No, exactly though.
Just like John
really
Rambo.
what John Rambo felt.
He said when he lost his humanity when he went there,
Yes.
and then that was the only humanity that he had left.
Yeah.
When
he
he
stopped
came back.
carrying the fire.
Was what he felt then because he's not a human anymore. Basically, that was the last time.
Okay.
So he has to hold on.
Virgil was the guy who got the cleaver in the head.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
There
I
was
like
a person that was
I
called
like that
Virgil.
guy.
And that guy was
scars.
crap. That guy's a fucking discount.
But
Fucking
anyway,
Sons of Anarchy
so-
fucking knockoff.
So with Hansi, I feel like Hansi is like like I know I'm jumping forward, but he's trying to get a haircut, and he says I'm tired of this life.
Did you notice how right before he got his
hair slipped right out of
and he fucking tried to shoot them. It was like he almost had his life changed. It was a big symbolism.
I was
thing.
about to
like, where
yeah,
it was like,
I'm
he
about to
almost
quote
turned
this.
into that different person.
Just to tie it back to what Dodd was talking about earlier, he was talking about Samson. And
Yeah.
Samson's power comes from his hair.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh,
And
yeah.
the length of his hair.
You're right.
And if
You're
he got
right.
that haircut, he wouldn't be as powerful.
And
as
I
he
was
before.
talking about Samson, about how fucking, like, Jesus Christ is that mythology when it comes to fucking the Bible. Even for the Bible. That's fucking some crazy mythology, dude.
Personally,
Shit,
I
want
was
powers
glad
when I
that
grow
his
my
hair did not get cut because I think
You
it's
don't.
beautiful.
Thanks for making me feel bald. So
I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
So anyway, yeah, you're right. Go ahead, Frankie.
Oh, I was just saying that I thought his hair was beautiful, and I was glad that it did not get cut in the episode.
I thought.
I don't think it was gonna get cut anyway.
I think it looked like a wig.
It was
When he was walking away from those dudes and they called him a shitbird. I looked at his hair and I was like, "Ooh, your hair looks kind of like you need a."
If it isn't,
and then he wanted one.
If it isn't a wig, then it's like really, really thin hair.
Yeah,
like it's super thin, even for fucking Indian fucking. But no, like
I'm just saying his hairstyle that he has currently fits him perfectly.
And I love the fucking 70s retrospective of this whole show when it comes to feminism, when it comes to the fucking to Vietnam shit, to it all. Like even the fucking American like small town fucking like. Ideals and values.
I couldn't believe people were so racist to Native Americans in the 70s.
Yeah, dude. No, but they would. No, like if you think about it, like that's kind of what human beings do. Is they fucking like
they find what's different and then they ostracize you for it.
Exactly. Even when they're the most happiest, even when they have no problems in the world, that's when they have the most right to fucking venture out, or not right, I should say.
Most of the racist stuff about Indians, it's kind of like with like African American people, where it's almost like tradition for that area.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Where like that area's those people, like they're like these
obviously
Indians killed our people back in the day.
It had to have been, dude. It had to have been though, because that plaque was like fucking from 1822 or some shit, dude.
I would tear that shit down.
No, but that's the thing is like that wasn't. I don't even know if that was commemorating like killing those motherfuckers, or I don't know if that was commemorating. Like, hey, let's remember this bad time where where we did choose to kill these fucking Indians. Yeah, see, well, no, like, even if it was, though, saying, hey, we're sorry, Sioux Indians,
doesn't look like
some dude still fucking puked on
it's
it.
A double-ended
and some
sword.
Fucking racist asshole still owns a bar that's fucking, like,
less
than a fucking...
Puke, but it also could have been shit.
Oh, yeah, you're right. At a bar,
to me, either way,
anything goes, dude.
It seemed like... To me, the way the bartender was acting and the way that the patrons were acting outside of the bar towards him was just an extension of the Trail of Tears and the way that Indians were treated
dude,
and ostracized
I think they take it
and
one
forced
step,
out of their land.
The Coen brothers take it one step further, though, with like, hey, you know, like, yeah, we forced them out of their land. Yeah, these people are so respectful. And then we sent them to Vietnam also. Like, they fucking, like, really turn this guy into a fucking monster, though. Like, and in a way that, like, he's not the monster. Society is the monster.
Well, and see, that's what I was going to say. Is I thought what was really beautiful was the way that he did not hesitate to shoot these guys in the fucking knee. Wounded knee.
Yeah, that was good.
And he did not hesitate to walk back into the bar, shoot the bartender in the chest, right? Chest, stomach area, torso region.
Slept on the counter the whole time.
Yeah, while the dude was sleeping on the counter. And then he came out and shot the fucking cops that showed up. He had no hesitation whatsoever because he realized that all of those people were in the wrong.
I think he knows he's gonna die. I think he knows somehow that this is his last fucking stroll down that adventure road.
He just doesn't give a shit anymore. Like if it had been even a day before that, he would have just walked away.
The quote was
because he didn't want to draw attention to himself for even being there, but now.
But attention's already been drawn to him. His name and pictures in the paper.
Is his name in the paper?
Yeah.
Is his name in the paper?
His name was in the paper.
Well, I know his picture is
only because he killed those people.
But his name is.
No, it wasn't before.
Native.
So his name.
It wasn't photo. So
it wasn't before. That was the paper for the next day after he'd already killed the cops. His name wasn't in the paper before that.
That's right.
So his name wasn't in the paper.
But that paper was the one that said that Mike Mulligan was in the hotel.
Yeah, the next day paper. Because that when Todd made the
I assumed
call,
that
was
was
the
same
next
paper.
day.
I thought it was a different page of the same paper.
Well either way,
like that paper, the one you looked at Mike Milligan and had that was still the day after he shot the cops.
Okay.
Either way,
I just wasn't sure about the timing of it. I guess
there was a quote.
Yeah, he just said tired of this life.
Yeah, I'm tired. I want to cut my hair. I'm tired of this life.
This life, like it's not even. I'm tired of this hair. This life.
I think he was.
I think I was jumping actually ahead.
No, it is. We are already still
just
talking about that.
That was a mixture of, like, because he said I want something professional or something like that.
I'm just saying we didn't mention anything about Peggy like losing sight of Dodd inside the cabin while zoning out.
We really haven't talked anything about like the whole like fucking.
We've been talking characters as they go through like
I think
we've been going out of character.
I
and
think
kind of just.
he was
I was
sort
just
of.
trying to like keep up with what you wanted.
I think
him.
he was sort of offering her
Well,
his life, like
the-
to kill him.
I thought that she was gonna slit his throat,
Yeah.
Well, the next
Well,
part,
stab him in the
and he was
fucking
saying, "Just do
brainstem.
whatever."
Like I think he was kind of like.
I thought he was too. I thought he
putting
was
it in her
actually
hands.
like being all like, "Kill me, bitch."
Yeah,
I thought
kill me
that's what
next-
he. I thought he was saying because like he knew she was the crazy one. He knew Todd wasn't or Ed wasn't the one to fucking actually
he was,
like.
he was like,
'Cause-
"Kill me."
So
kill
he
me
kept
next."
saying to Ed, "Fucking, you know what? Sit down, shut up."
Yeah.
But he kept saying to fucking Peggy, "Cut
it.
my hair."
"Yeah, I'm
cut
tired
it.
of this life.
Yeah, he wanted her to kill him.
I'm
I
tired of
thought
this life. Cut my hair. Kill me next to me."
That's what I got out of it. But
I
no.
thought it was also a move on his part to try and get himself to be less recognizable because his picture was.
I thought
thought
that
that
was
too.
too. I thought that could have also been the other side of it
He
because
was
he
gonna
just
try to start a new-
just saw the newspaper too. I'm
He
sure.
might have just went to a reservation and disappeared.
Like I don't know how a tracker that saw all the stuff that he didn't see that fucking piece of newspaper flying around in the fucking parking lot. And if he didn't see it on the way in, which he didn't, the show showed that, then he definitely saw it on the way out.
yeah, when he
Like
walked
so,
into the
he
store.
probably would have seen that they were looking for him.
That's
Dude.
also what it could be. Is
Around
like he just thinks it's over. Like the only even semi family he's ever known is either all dead or going to disappear.
And the semi-family
Well, I have the
known
feeling-
treats him like shit.
I
except for
mean,
Bear.
there's not a lot of fucking flashback time left because what you said that we only have 2 episodes left.
yeah. seems
But
like it.
no, like I thought, like after this episode, we were gonna get some crazy episode where it showed at least for like 5-10 minutes of like basically how the Indian dude was or Hansy was fucking treated like shit by the Gearharts, basically. Like, and that's what fucking like turned him into this because like, dude, it turned out like from the last episode at least and everything leading up to the last episode, it seemed like the only person that Hansy respected was Dodd. And maybe before Dodd's dad, right? But he does not respect Dodd's mom. And he does not respect Bear. And he basically doesn't give a shit about anybody else in the Gearhart family but Dodd at this point. So, and then he just shot Dodd in the head. So really, the real question is like, what power did they have over him in the first place? You
I
know?
think they adopted him.
They're the only
They did,
family
they
he
did.
ever knew.
I did. So what is the dividing factor though? And I'm guessing like part of that is Vietnam, but I'm guessing
so.
that it might have been also that family treating him like some secondhand fucking reject that
Bear
they
seems
fucking
to have
took
given him
in.
some respect.
Yeah, Bear did, but guess what? Did he show it back? No, he didn't.
He didn't have a chance to
Nah.
say anything back.
No, he did. He fucking like basically turned on him and fucking like didn't listen to him, smirked, and let Dodd fucking treat him like a woman. Like that's what I got out of it. Telling him how basically Bear got raped up the butt all the time and stuff like that.
So, like, one thing that I did notice, and I know it sounds weird going back to Rambo again, but, okay, so Hansi,
He's like Rambo.
yeah, he's half Indian.
Just crazy.
Rambo's half Indian. Yeah, one's Irish and one's Italian. The other
Forgot he
halves,
was
but-
half Indian.
Yeah, John Rambo's
Yeah.
half Indian. I don't know what kind of Indian, but he's half Indian. And, you know, they go to Vietnam, they come back, they're all fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
And they just want to be humans again. But I think Hansi's a little more of the extreme where he's like, I'm following Dodd. I think maybe they were at war together.
See, dude,
And that's why he trusts him.
I thought it
He
was
calls
like
him half-breed. I don't know.
I think it was like a mutual respect type thing where he thought he was on the same level as him, like, and then fucking Otto died, right? The main Gearhart.
Yeah.
And fucking then at that point, like fucking Dodd was like when it came down, like Bear wasn't ever. What's that?
Oh, I was just gonna say that John Rambo is actually of Native American descent and also German descent.
That's
not,
right.
Not
Sorry, it's
Irish.
not Italian, it's
Yeah.
German.
Well,
Okay.
Otto is a German name.
No,
That's
I'm
the
talking
thing.
about Rambo.
Hansi
John
might
Rambo.
be.
I
I
He
think
called
I'm
him
pretty sure
half-breed.
Gearhart is a fucking German name also.
Hansi might be their half-brother.
That's what I was just gonna say.
It could have been Otto's kid.
I've thought since the beginning that he's been an illegitimate child.
That's the only reason why they
And
would have
also,
adopted him.
and also that maybe the
Sioux Falls is nearby.
the kid with the crippled kid
Yeah.
might have been his because their hair is very similar,
Oh.
and that may be why he doesn't respect Bear.
That may have also just been a
Yeah.
casting choice that they made where they didn't really see
I don't
the
know, he looks a
Well,
lot-
Bear's
similarities.
wife is Native American. We just haven't seen her yet.
He
We haven't seen
looks
her
a
yet.
lot like. Oh,
Yeah.
really? Or that?
We
Or
haven't
that?
seen her.
Dude, they are really close to Sioux Falls though. Like it's like in the 70s at least. Like we're still like kind of meshing into the melting.
Are there
pot,
Native
you know?
Americans in the Fargo season 1? in Fargo
No,
season 1?
no, not really. Like, at least not that I can remember, at least.
I don't think so.
It's a bunch of fucking white people, as far as I can tell.
I just
but,
think
like,
that he's got more
70s
of
were different,
an
dude.
issue with the family than just they treat him bad. Like, there's something else going on there for him to even have stayed there like that.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with you on that.
It's kind of interesting because if you look up the Wikipedia for Bear Gerhardt, his wife is completely unnamed.
Well,
Yeah, they just said your wife.
They've literally not said anything other than Dodd mentioning putting a strap on her and fucking him in the ass. Like, that's
I'm just saying that kind of leaves
We haven't even seen
the
that
relationship
either.
with the wife to be
Yeah, no, we only know he's
open
alive.
to interpretation.
Yeah, alive.
We don't know who she is or what she's done, really. Is my
Constance was tricky on the phone, I thought. Then Dodd peed in a teapot and got a pillowcase put over
Constance,
his head.
because
You
she
done
was
hammed up, bro.
Constance was sitting there with the Indian next to her ear on the phone with Peggy, and she was trying as hard as she could to play both sides. I felt like
She was trying to warn her a little bit.
she was trying to warn her, but at the same time, she was trying to make it look like she was trying to get information for the Indian so he could go and find Peggy and Ed. And
I didn't. How was she trying to warn her?
she was trying to warn
She
her.
was saying things a little strange.
Well, she
Yeah.
maybe started off, but dude, towards the end, it was like her just trying to save her own skin. It felt like.
It felt
To me.
it felt like both, like in the way
'Cause,
that
like, at
she
the
was
end,
like,
she was
"Oh
all
yeah,
"But
where
come,
are
get
you?"
Get this notebook. Get the workbook.
She already knew pretty
know,
much.
like-
I think kind of where Peggy, at least that Peggy and Ed were on the run.
No. She
Like, she
obviously
had-
knew, dude.
Yeah,
I
but
guarantee
in
it.
the
I guarantee
phone
you
call
Indian-
conversation, she was saying things like, "Oh yeah, where are you?" Like
That's because the Indian wanted to know.
That's what I'm saying. Is
That's-
she was playing both sides?
No. She was just playing the Indian side, I think. I think she was trying to play the survival game where the Indian told her before she was getting the conversation on the phone that, like, you're going to get a fucking phone call from Peggy, and when you do, get the location of where she is, because if you don't, I'm going to kill you. And guess what? Even if you do get the location of her, I'm still might kill you. So guess what? Get the location, and if you do a good job, I might second guess killing you. But guess what? I'm probably gonna still kill you. I guarantee you.
Yeah, in that case, if I were
guar-
Constance, I wouldn't give any fucks, and I would just be like, "Well, I'm gonna die anyways, so
This
I'm
makes-
not
Yeah,
gonna
well,
try at all."
that's you. But guess what? Most people in that situation wouldn't be like you. Most people in that situation would fucking try to save their ass until the very fucking end, just like Constance.
How much
did,
do you think
and
Constance?
I think she's dead.
How much do you think Constance really loved Peggy?
I think she wanted her ass, and that's about it. That's me.
I think she loved Peggy with all her heart.
Nope.
I don't think she. I think she was
I hope she
infatuated
gave
with
fucking
Peggy, but she
any
wouldn't.
shit.
But she wouldn't really like to marry her or anything like that.
Yeah, dude.
Well,
it's
obviously,
literally
it's not legal at the time,
obviously,
but-
marrying was out of the question. But I think that she definitely wanted to
Doesn't have
pursue
anything to do with what you wanna
a
do.
relationship with Peggy that was beyond friendship. That's what I'll say.
But if Constance got with Peggy, it would have been like she would have still wanted Peggy to still be that.
That bitch did
submissive
not
woman.
warn her, dude. Up until like the last second where fucking Peggy was hanging up, she was saying, "Oh, come here and get the workbook. Come in, it's the best thing. I made so much progress in the last
No,
day."
she was saying, "Come." She was saying, "Let me come and bring the workbook
Yeah.
to you."
So she
Give
can
me
get
the
the
address.
address.
She was trying to get
she
the
can
address,
so
yes.
she can send it in there so she'll
Yes,
die.
that's what
That
I'm saying.
has
She was
nothing to
playing
do-
both sides.
No, that is not
At the-
playing both sides. That's fucking trying to get...
In her own way, she was trying to
No.
mislead the conversation
What you would have to
away
do
from
is you would have
Peggy's
to-
actual
no, what you would have
address,
to
but
do
at the
is-
same time trying to get
There was-
Peggy
No,
to
she wasn't
reveal
trying
it.
to lead away from the address.
Yes,
she
she
was trying
was.
to get the address. She was asking for the address where she could send that shit.
Well,
she
was
wasn't leading away
she
from
was
it.
And
being
then at the
passive
same-
when it wasn't
Well, and
going
then
her way.
that's what I was saying. And at
Nah.
the same time, when Peggy said, "Oh, we're just southwest of Lake Vermilion," she was like, "Oh, okay. Well, that's not too
What's
far."
the number on the
No,
Yeah.
what happened there?
The only fucking type of fucking, like, taking away from trying to find out the location of where fucking Peggy was that Constance fucking took was only to make it seem like she wasn't fucking being suspicious and trying to ask her fucking location. And that's it. Dude, everything else was fucking self-preservation tactics. She was trying to find out where fucking Peggy was every fucking step of that fucking conversation. That's all there was to it, period.
So after Hansi gets off, after she
And
got
she's
off
probably
the phone,
dead. She's probably fucking dead.
She probably
dude.
is, but after he got off the phone with her, he grips her hair. Do you think he scalped her?
Dude,
know it
I
sounds
was
weird, but-
actually waiting for him to scalp somebody this episode, like, and I really was, and it was only
Or
because
was
like
he looking at her hair and thinking, "I need to get a haircut"?
No, it was only because when he was dealing with those dudes at the bar, it like kept it like at least one part where he was leaning over to grab some guy, it like flashed the fucking knife on his belt, and I was like, oh fuck, it might actually happen. This Indian's gonna scalp somebody, which is crazy, and that's the most non-racist way I could put it. Like,
this is completely off topic, but related to Fargo.
Okay.
You probably will not, AJ, you will probably not be able to comment on this.
Okay.
But season 1, we see the mafia boss in a Chinese restaurant, and he sounds just like Bear.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, really? All gruff and stuff?
Yes.
And I've seen
and he's
this.
he's just mildly older. That's really the only difference. It's almost like they use the same exact actor.
That's impossible, but yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's not impossible.
Well, he's young.
Well, now he is.
They would have
but
put
if they
makeup
put
on
old
him,
makeup
obviously,
on him
but that
in
would have
season
that
1.
would have required a lot of foresight. But I honestly don't know what you're talking about.
I was just asking if you
What
guys
fucking
even
part?
noticed that.
What fucking
haven't
party?
watched it
I don't
yet.
know what you're talking about.
You talking about episode 1 in the beginning of it?
No, it's not in the
No,
beginning.
it's season
not even
1.
close to the
I mean,
beginning.
season 1 episode.
It has to
1.
be somebody that fucking like Billy Bob Thornton is fucking involved in, not to fucking like use any spoilers. Billy Bob Thornton's in fucking first season, but I don't know what you're talking about.
It means Bear might survive.
That's what I'm trying to
That's
get
what
at.
she's trying to get at. Do we
Yeah.
know what the mafia boss's name is in the show?
No,
In
they
season
don't
1?
reveal his name.
That might happen.
Well, let me explain. His name was Mr. Tripoli in season 1. He was the mob boss of Fargo in season 1.
When the fuck did they even talk to him?
Did they call him Mr. Tripoli?
Who the fuck talked
Yes.
to Tripoli? Like, that's like one scene out of the whole fucking season.
Why would Bear change his name to Tripoli?
He was shot to death by Lorne Malvo,
Who?
the Billy Bob Thornton's character. Lorne Malvo.
His name was Lauren?
Yeah.
Well, I'm
a
pretty
fake
sure
name.
that's an alias, yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Oh.
Dude, you will really like season 1. I don't know what the hell this is, though. This is like some weird, crazy shit.
Well, let's not get into it because
Yeah,
I'm
let's
just,
not
I was
talk
just
about
saying that, like, I noticed, like, a similarity between
could be him.
season,
I don't think
this
that's
character
him.
in season 1 and Bear's character in season 2.
We'll see if
I don't
they
think
I
it's
think
a-
that they might be the same person, but because
I'll
there's
put it
a
this
time
way.
jump,
I'll put it this
they
way.
don't look the same.
I think you and me want, like, there to be some correlation between the two, but I think that it's just two bad happenings. I think that the fucking, like, Patrick Wilson character from fucking, like, season 1 and season 2, fucking, basically he wants there to be some correlation between that, because it would work better in his mind that fucking fucked up people are always, like, responsible. Like, these specific fucked up people, as opposed to everybody is a fucked up person. But in reality, everybody is a fucked up person.
Yeah.
The world is fucked up. There is no correlation between
I'm just trying to
something
say
that
that
fucking
basically
happened.
there's 30 years that happen in between season 1 and season 2.
I think the only correlation is going to be fucking, what's his name, Keith Carradine fucking mentioning Sioux Falls, and that's it. Like, it
I
seems
think you're
like...
selling the series short then.
I don't think so, unless they fucking build in some alien shit. But
Season
even then,
3.
I feel like well, maybe season 3 will wrap it up, yeah. Because season 3, I didn't even think would happen. But, no, dude, that didn't look like Bear to me.
No, it didn't necessarily look like Bear, but between 30 years, like, sometimes people age in ways that you don't expect them to.
Yeah,
Dude, that guy already looked older than that guy. Like, the guy in the 70s already looked older than that guy.
But
The guy in the 70s looked like he had some crazy fucking heroin addict and fucking tendencies. And
79 also.
I'm just saying that, like,
You know
there's
what I
a
mean,
possibility that he changed his name and
No, I don't
continued
know,
and
dude.
continued
I don't
his
think it
reign
could be.
as mob boss in Fargo. After all of this shit in season 2 goes down, he could be the lone survivor from the Gerhardts, changes his name, and is known as Mr. Tripoli, and that's the guy in fucking season 1 that all the story centers around.
It would be funny if he had a crippled hand.
That's all I'm
And then he
saying.
grew up to look like his dad.
That's my theory, at least.
I don't think Bear's making it. I don't think any of the Gearharts are making it because
You
guess
could be
what?
right.
The
We
Gearharts
won't know
aren't
yet.
mentioned.
I think
We
Okay.
won't know
I think-
until the
No,
finale.
I think that like it's pretty fucking substantial because otherwise they would have fucking said this
After-
fucking mafia family that
Well, so
existed.
far, Bear has made it.
After this
Well, he
situation,
didn't.
We're
They
9
didn't mention
episodes
it.
after
in.
this situation, the only way anybody would be able to make it out of the Gerhardt family is to change their name.
And that's what I'm saying, is like he changed his name and became the mob boss of Fargo instead of fucking Laverne or wherever the fuck the Gerhardts are from. He went and moved to a new town in South Dakota and became a mob boss there, knowing that he was a Gerhardt but changed his name to Mr. Tripoli.
We're not talking 20 years later, though.
We're talking 30.
40.
30.
40.
That 30 is exactly the
40
amount.
40 years later.
30.
Oh, okay. If you think it's 30.
No, I know it's 30 because I looked it up on Wikipedia.
Okay, so when does the fucking second season take place?
70s?
Yeah, exactly.
79.
No.
And how many years
the second
is that?
season, yes,
Seven-
takes
And how
place
many?
in
And how many?
79.
And how many years is that from now?
For season 3, you mean?
No, for
I'm
season
talking about
1.
fucking.
If it's season 1, then it's only like...
It's like
15
2011.
years or something.
It's 2011, 2012, and it's like 35, 40 years.
I thought it was like
Well, if it's
2013.
79,
From
then the
79.
90s are not too far away.
It's still 35 to 45 years. Or 40 years, I mean.
A gap between them?
No, between the fucking actual date of 1975 to 1980 and fucking 2010 and 2015.
Okay.
Which is when the fucking stories take place.
Okay. But anyway...
That's 35 to 40 years. Period.
Conspiracy Theory by Frankie or Dr. Frankenstein.
Maybe he took care of himself. I don't know. There was some alien talk about satellite record keeping.
It's because it's the start of the whole climate change, like...
Yeah, hairspray.
Also
Hippies and
hairspray, yeah.
it's the start
That's
of the
very
whole-
70s retrospective. I like that. I like that a lot.
Dodd got his fucking foot chopped, man.
By the way, season 1 takes place in 2006,
Okay, so 30 years.
which is what I said.
20. What you said. The Indian is
Spoiler
scary.
alert, Dodd's fucking dead.
Yes.
Shot in the head by the motherfucking Indian who he thought was his best friend.
He called him a
basically.
half-breed. He didn't treat him like a friend.
No, but
He treated him like a pet.
Yeah.
he treated him like a pet, but at the same time he expected him to act like a friend.
He got paralyzed first.
I kind of feel like he
Like he
wanted
fucking
Dodd to treat him
paralyzed
like a
the shit out
brother,
of him.
and he treated him like a piece of shit because
Yes.
he was half brother.
Yeah.
Which is funny because actually that's what fucking Bear was proposing to him.
You're from
Like when he
family.
talked, he told him all that shit, and guess what? He didn't give a fuck about him. So guess what? I don't think he gives a shit about the Gearharts at all. I think something bad happened to him, dude. Like I was saying it earlier, but like, dude, I think there's something that the Gearharts did to him, fucking early on.
That made him
like,
stay there?
No, that didn't make him stay here. That made him feel like less than a fucking human being.
Are you talking like somebody like Otto touched him?
No. I mean like
Sorry for those who have been touched.
I mean like Otto fucking introduced him to the family, but basically made it a point that he was not family. He
Wait,
was
are you
somebody that
talking
he was
about-
he was somebody that was gonna feed. He was somebody that was gonna clothe.
Are
he
you
was
talking
somebody that
about
was
Dodd
gonna,
or Houndsy?
I said Hansi.
Okay, well that's what
Okay,
I'm
somebody
asking.
that's gonna fuck feed. He's gonna somebody's gonna fucking
Waste.
clothe. There's somebody's gonna fucking house. But he basically is not family.
That makes it sound like it's his son, his half son.
No, yeah, exactly.
son.
But the
Well-
kind that you name Snow, you know, the kind that you fucking make a retribution against, fucking actually saying that is your family member.
Did
That's you're going
Did
against.
Hansi join the family pre-Vietnam or post-Vietnam?
I
is
feel
my
like
question.
No,
Pre-Vietnam.
it's
They're
pre-Vietnam.
talking about him being a kid.
Yeah.
Okay,
So he must have joined up with Dodd and they went off to Vietnam together or something.
I don't think Dodd
No,
went.
he didn't join.
Dodd didn't go?
I don't
They
think
haven't
so.
I don't
said-
think
Oh, maybe the dead Gerhardt
he
did.
didn't he didn't join. He got fucking enlisted.
There's a dead Gerhardt though
Yes.
that
Yeah,
died in the war. Maybe they treat him like shit because he was supposed to watch him and then he
Maybe
died.
maybe Hansi.
We'll find out.
Well,
I think
Maybe
we'll
that's the
hear.
only person that Hansi actually liked.
They tend,
Yeah.
at least
Like
after
maybe
World,
that's the only
they
person
tend
that he
to-
actually fucking liked in then
At least after World War II, they tend not to put people from the same family in the same units,
Yes.
so they
Yeah.
can't die at the
You
same
know what?
time.
But
Actually,
Hansi,
I
Yeah,
actually
but
bet.
if they know he came from that family, like
Said
they
it-
wouldn't put him there.
Which they wouldn't.
It
because
wasn't-
they wouldn't own up to it.
It wasn't that though. It was
Interracial
no, but it was the Native American part. Remember, send the Native American in the foxholes.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's what he said. No, but I bet you actually you're right. I think within the next 2 episodes we're gonna see that fucking lost brother.
Yeah.
We're gonna see that guy that fucking got gunned down in fucking Vietnam. The best of the Gearharts.
I want to bring up the fact that we kind of made predictions in the last episode about what we wanted to see coming forward in Fargo.
Yep.
And I felt like a lot of the things that we talked about as far as like how Ed and Peggy got reunited, like after the whole like police standoff and all of that business, like how that happened. We got to see that in this episode. We got to see how Ed and Peggy ran off together with Dodd. We got to see how the Indian got involved. Like, the last thing we saw was him on Ed's trail in the middle of the night. We didn't get to see really, like, him catching up with Ed. We got to see that in this episode. So I feel like a lot of the predictions that we made for the episode upcoming were actually kind of fulfilled in a way, which was nice.
A lot of my predictions I feel like kind of failed because I thought there was going to be a lot more from Dodd's daughter. I thought she was going to have something with her dad. And then
Fuck Simone!
Simone's gonna die.
Simone's dead, I think.
Simone's a bitch!
Oh yeah, she already is dead, huh?
Yeah. We didn't see that coming at all. I
saw it coming.
I saw it coming.
I did not think it was gonna be Bear though. You're right. I didn't think it was gonna be Bear that dead. I thought it was gonna be Mike Mulligan.
Technically, we still don't know if she's dead.
Or Dodd.
No, she's fucking dead.
We don't know that.
She's
technically.
dead. If you don't want to like listen to fucking like visual symbolism, then don't. But she's fucking dead, dude.
I'm
like,
just
there
saying,
isn't
I
a
saw
part
nothing
of
in
me-
this episode that confirmed whether or not
This
she was
isn't The
dead.
Walking
It's
Dead,
like
dude.
Constance.
This is not The Walking Dead where they fucking pull cheap
It's like
shit.
Constance.
Okay.
You don't know whether or not she's dead either.
No,
Well, that's kind of what I'm saying.
it's-
It's like we don't know whether or not she's dead. We're led to believe, kind of in this imagery,
None of that-
it
none
went
of
in
that-
this direction,
none of
but
that.
we have
Okay.
no actual confirmation.
In filmmaking,
There were no gunshots.
No, in filmmaking,
there was no blood on Bear.
In filmmaking, there are fucking techniques used to tell the story without actually telling the story. Okay, and in all of those situations, they use that.
I'm just saying
they
that, like,
fucking
if-
showed you what you
If
needed
Bear
to see.
shot her at a close range, right? He would have blood spatter on him. That's just common sense.
It's not Hollywood though.
Oh my god!
I'm just saying, like, in every other way, they've been pretty realistic about the way that people are shot.
It doesn't have to make sense.
So it would.
It's like the Tony Soprano ending.
Like there's
Sopranos, which
how much about the Big Lebowski fucking
Even
makes sense,
the
dude?
guy
That's
who made
fucking the
that
Coen
came out
brothers.
saying that
They
he's
say he
not
died.
dead. He's not dead.
Oh,
Yeah,
he's
they
not?
said he's not dead.
He's not.
I heard him say that he did die.
No, he
No.
isn't.
But
He
but
isn't.
that's also after
10 years after the fucking series
after what's
ended.
his name is already dead anyway and they couldn't bring it back.
No,
Yeah.
I have the feeling that they actually had
James
movies
Gandolfini,
planned.
yeah.
But anyway, like that's not the point. Until Leftovers episode 9. Yeah, they kind of start off with Meg doing blow in a bathroom, and then she's talking to her mother about well,
This is all pre-departure.
Just talking about the wedding.
yeah, and peeing also.
This is all pre-departure though.
Yeah, it is all pre-departure. Like what, 2 days before?
I believe so. It's before she got married.
Well, she was setting
the day
the-
before.
Oh, it was the day before.
Oh,
I
that's
thought
right.
she-
'Cause
I
she
thought
dies
she-
the day before. The
Well, I thought she
departure.
was setting or signing the check for the next day.
For the 14th, because 13th is unlucky. 14th is when.
So
it
that
happened.
day was the 13th?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I took it as the other way, where she was signing it as the 13th, and she's like, no, not. I guess
She
that
says
was-
13's an unlucky number. Don't pay me back. But if you're gonna do that, just write on 14. Okay, fine. Like that.
Okay, so there's a billion fucking Jordan connections in this episode. Like
Tons of water connections.
The water and Jordan, like everybody is fucking connected to Jordan somehow. Like it's kind of weird like that. It almost feels weird, like divine intervention weird.
I saw a lot of symbolism of water in this episode, not only in the songs that are played and sung in this episode, like
Yeah.
on the bus, but also later on in the episode when it's revealed that Meg and Evie crossed paths. Evie is wearing a necklace that looks like 2 water drops.
Oh,
On it.
let's talk about that when we get to that. Like
I'm talking about water though.
No, I know,
Like-
I know,
There's
I
water
know.
everywhere.
But
Like, it was specifically, it looked like water drops. Like, it didn't look like anything else, so I don't know.
I thought you were gonna say there's water inside the baby carrots.
Well, there could have been
No.
also, yeah.
Pretty sure there was.
fuck baby carrots.
They
No,
make me
straight
cry
up.
when I eat them.
No, that's some dumb fucking stupid ass fucking writing in my. Nobody can eat a baby carrot, not smile. Really? Because I've never fucking smiled while eating a baby carrot in my fucking life, and I've eaten.
It was
a million
actually
baby
nobody can
carrots.
eat a baby carrot
And
and
cry
not
at the same
cry.
time.
Well, guess what? I could probably cry and eat a baby carrot also, because guess what? Baby carrots don't make me happy in any fucking innate way. That's some stupid shit.
I guess chewing would make you stop.
No,
I
it's
don't
some
know.
stupid shit. It's really
It
stupid.
was sort of like
Trying to
attempt
be
to try and joke.
diffuse the
Yeah,
situation.
I hate
you're
to say it,
not
but it's the
crying
stupidest writing I've seen in Leftovers. And like I love The Leftovers. It's like probably my favorite show on TV.
That's supposed to be like 3 months after the departure, which would make her like.
I don't care.
Listen, it would make her 3 years younger, which would put her in like middle school.
Which is why she was
I
dressed
still
so
don't
dumb, but
care.
still looked the same age.
Which means she's a kid still,
No.
like a little kid.
Yeah, he's right.
No, I thought Kevin and his whole family moved there 2 years after the departure.
Yeah, but we're talking about directly after the departure.
Yeah,
it was about 6
like there'd
months.
already no,
it was
there'd
about 6 months that
no,
fucking
there'd already
Meg
been
and
a
her
year.
husband
There'd already been
or
a
to-be husband went to
It's
Jordan.
3 months.
It was about 6 months, but then Kevin's shit happened a year after, and then fucking another year after.
3 months because the state.
But
park,
Kevin's shit would have been 6 months then.
It was the state park guy who got on the bus and he said we've only been up and running for about 3 months.
No, Ian's right then.
Yeah, it doesn't even fucking matter anyway, because Evie's still fucking stupid.
Yeah, it
And,
doesn't matter.
and baby
He just did a
Karis
shitty
don't mean
job.
shit, dude. And that's not a good way to fucking make a friendship, and it's really fucking forced as far as writing goes. You can't. I thought he would chew you up. It's a baby carrot. It's like, fucking shut up.
I watched this episode, and then afterwards I was like, okay. I didn't really like this one. I felt like this is the weakest of the season.
I actually liked this episode. I actually liked how it fleshed in Meg, and I liked how it fleshed in Tommy, and I even liked how it showed fucking Lori being fucking impulsive as stupid shit. But I really hated Evie in it, and I fucking think that Evie is a stupid character in general, or maybe just a stupid actress. But like,
It's cool to see how what happened with Meg and Tommy, since they've been so like not shown in this season at all almost.
I think
But-
Meg might be one of the biggest mysterious fucking characters in all of this, because dude, she's fucking ape shit crazy, or if she isn't ape shit crazy, she knows something that other people don't. And that's the whole feeling that I got from The Guilty Remnant in season 1. Whereas in season 2, it seems like the Guilty Remnant doesn't know shit, but Meg knows something. Meg's on to something. She has some fucking plan. And that plan fucking has to do with bombing Jordan somehow.
Bombing?
She's gonna bomb that bridge. Remember, they keep talking about her fucking getting plastic explosives. She's gonna bomb the bridge. And fucking the other thing is fucking what's the other part about her?
Okay.
Stealing the girls. But I don't know what the full point of bombing and stealing the girls. She's got another plan where she's gonna mesh those two together. Where she's gonna mesh bombing the bridge and fucking stealing the girls together, and I'm not sure how that can happen.
Weird.
She doesn't even know about John Murphy.
I honestly thought it was a weird thing, like they were gonna try to bring the girls back as if they were reborn like Jesus.
Yeah, no, they're gonna.
Okay.
They're going to. They're gonna pull the fucking.
In the quick scene where it showed Meg, like when she asked her about the plastic explosives, she's like, "Are you buying plastic explosives?" She thought about it, and it showed the Twinkie trailer on the bridge, in the middle of the bridge, for just a split second.
Oh, it did.
Showed it there.
Well, she already talks about explosives on the bridge towards the end of the episode, also.
It showed the
Doesn't
Twinkie
she?
trailer on
Doesn't
the bridge.
she?
Yeah.
It showed
Yeah,
the Twinkie.
she does.
It showed the Twinkie trailer on the bridge, right in the middle of it. And in the episode before, when Kevin was in that altar world, that's exactly where the car stopped.
You're right.
And also, if you think about it even more, the car he was driving was a white Mercedes, which is the car that the girl disappeared from. And so he was driving their supposed car and stopping in the middle of the bridge. So that was sort of like almost
Weird
like
thing.
like he was sort of getting a glimpse to what was going to happen before.
And there's fire all over that bridge.
And also, I think the explosives partly have to do with that crack in the ground that what's her name was seeing, because that said it was from an underground gas explosion
that they never fixed.
Yeah.
Is she gonna blow up the gas explosion?
and like
Blow up the
things
pipes?
like
Because like that's a notable part. They made a big point of the like
that
the
probably
episode for like
runs
a minute.
underneath the entire town. So if she is going to blow up something, I think that would be it. Because then it would blow up like whatever's
Okay,
underneath the
but
town.
that's the real question: is how is her blowing up something and also fucking her basically bringing these girls back, like or not? I don't know, or fucking like somehow taking claim for making the girls well, basically how is she? Because like that's the main thing, right? Like it's they are waiting for me. That's what makes it, and fucking it all comes down to me, and everybody thinks that it's something that she's gonna change. So how do the girls disappearing and how does a bomb going off on a fucking bridge all lead back to fucking?
I think
What is
I know.
it? What is it?
Because in the last episode, I think I heard them talking about how Jordan never had the Guilty Remnant in it.
Okay. Yes, they did.
So
They did say that.
having all this shit happen and the girls depart, and
do
then
you think it's gonna be that lame?
yeah, I think
Like,
it's gonna be that lame.
Oh,
I really do. That's why I was upset when I saw
I don't
it.
mean your idea's lame either, but like, man, that's a lame idea.
I think
it's
lot
just
of
a way to
I'm
bust
scared
the
that that's
guilty
what's gonna
remnant into it.
No, I think a lot of it revolves.
Yeah, to start a cell there.
I think a lot of it revolves around them basically
Debunking them as
Meg and Evie
safe.
both trying to shatter the idea that place is special.
Exactly.
In any way.
Exactly.
Because what Evie said when she was talking about the baby carrots, she's all like, no one ever gets what they want from this place.
Yeah.
Implying that place isn't really...
That made me mad too, by the way. That's just me and a complaint with the Evie character as a whole. Because it's like, dude, what the fuck does the Evie character even have to fucking, like, bitch about, aside from, like, I don't know, her whole, like, fucking Caesar thing. Like, it's just like, what the fuck? Are you kidding me? Like, I think you seem like you've had a pretty fucking good life.
I thought it was bullshit. Meg didn't, like, believe what Eddie Winslow was shooting at her.
We don't
Well,
know.
no, that's not that she didn't...
I mean, she might believe it and said, like, it's bullshit, whatever.
No,
she said that to her fiance, but I don't know if that actually meant that she didn't fucking believe him. I think she just didn't like what he said, and I think that a big part of what the world is right now is basically, or at least for Meg, is that she doesn't like it. She doesn't want that to be what's happening.
Maybe
it's not like... It's basically her fucking inability to fucking accept reality. He told the truth, and she didn't like it. And we never got to even fucking realize what he said either.
It could have been something about the husband that she didn't end up marrying.
No, he said it was stupid shit, though. I bet it was literally something
That could have
about...
been stupid
I
shit.
bet it was something about the fucking
He said
salad.
sometimes it has nothing to do with anything.
Well, no, he basically said that when people are on their deathbed, they have time to put their words together and make
something profound,
poetic or something meaningful.
Yeah.
But when people, like, on a day-to-day basis, sometimes they just say things...
and they don't know where they're gonna die.
And basically, so I'm assuming that she said she was going to say something, like, along the lines of, like, I knew you were doing drugs, or, like...
Or what about, there's a sale on Amazon.
Yeah,
You aren't ready to get married or something like
or
that.
that.
Or like,
I guess it could...
You won't be a good wife if you're doing drugs or something.
Do you think it actually had to do with her?
I think
even in the slightest, but it's not going to be anything that is, like, groundbreaking.
Yeah, I think it could have been like there's a sale on potatoes.
I think it might have been something stupid, dude.
Yeah.
I think it might have been like, hey, fucking Crunchberry cereal's fucking coming back.
Yeah.
I know, but I do. Like,
take a piss. This is important.
Urkel's coming back, and so is my career. No,
yeah.
Fucking. No, I think that it could go both ways, at least as far as Eddie Winslow's fucking...
I gotta say, I love Eddie Winslow's character.
So do I. He's really fucking good. And it kind of makes me wish that he'd been acting the whole fucking time. Like, Family Matters, I feel like maybe ruined a bunch of good actors, maybe.
I can't remember the third one right now,
Carl
but there were a
hasn't
few
been
instances of spitting in this
Well,
episode.
Tons of
I was also
spitting.
going to say that probably the reason you love Eddie Winslow,
Why?
not only nostalgia value, is that you've only seen him twice in this entire show.
Yeah, and every time he's said something,
You don't actually really get to know him as a character.
The only thing we know about him...
When he shot Murphy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The only times we know him as a character is he is telling the truth and he's getting punished for it, though.
This is the thing.
As far as you know.
No, that's what we do know.
When we go back to the beginning of the season, Evan and I had talked about these magic people and if they really are magic, if they really know what they're talking about. Eddie Winslow's the only one that's proved that he knows what the fuck he's talking about.
He called fucking John Murphy running into some crazy fucking shit, like, within the day that it happened. Like, dude, that's fucking real. He can't take that away.
He knew that Meg's mom was allergic to walnuts, and that's why she died.
Yeah.
No,
that's what he said.
She didn't die. No, she asked for no walnuts on her salad.
But she
Sent
got
it back.
To it, and she died because of an allergic reaction.
She didn't take a bite of it. She didn't fucking touch that
right,
shit.
but it probably came in.
And how did she die?
How'd she
if
die?
she didn't fucking eat it.
I assumed it was a heart attack.
No, dude, it was the allergic reaction.
The lady set the salad down, and she's all like, "I'm sorry, I didn't ask for walnuts."
Yeah.
And then the lady said,
took
it away, and then she
probably took the walnuts off, brought it back, and put it on the table.
Yeah.
And she ate it and died.
There you go. No,
that happens all the time in food service.
Yeah, but it's just they didn't show that at all. Then
I know they didn't. They just showed her on the floor, fucking dead.
But what Eddie Winslow said later was she asked for no walnuts, and she asked very politely.
Well,
that's all that he said.
There was a time jump. No, she died from the fucking walnuts, dude. Why else would he have fucking mentioned it?
Because that was a way to prove
That was a way
that
to
he knew
prove
what he was
that
talking
he
Yeah,
about.
but that was
Yeah.
also fucking like the... anyway. There was a time jump, though, and then fucking Meg fucking is pulling a fucking grenade on children.
I didn't like that.
No, I liked it, but I didn't like that it didn't go off.
I thought that. Oh my god.
No, I thought it was gonna... I thought she was really gonna fucking blow up kids, dude.
I didn't understand the reaction with the children when it was happening. I thought they would have been more vocal when the grenade.
They were all screaming.
They didn't start screaming until the grenade reached the end
No,
of the bus.
what I think was ridiculous is
They
they
locked
didn't
the door.
they didn't run out the back.
It was.
Dude, you're always waiting for a reason.
I
to
think
use
they
the
were still.
emergency
I
exit.
think they were still trying to trick you into thinking it was a Jardin bus.
I thought it was.
So
Yeah.
there weren't kids on it. There would have been full-grown adults.
That might have
until
made
you
sense.
started hearing the kids.
Yeah, that like maybe she came back from her little Eddie Winslow.
Yeah, because they took school buses in with the what everyone was doing the gospel singing about water,
Yeah, Meg talks now like all the fucking time.
which is good because Guilty Remnant couldn't keep fucking writing to us.
Well, they could, but like she's just not a part of that anymore.
She's a completely different cell. She's like the ISIS of Al Qaeda.
Yeah, she broke off. Dude, I saw kind of the same thing. But anyway. Anyway.
This shows a lot of.
Dude, what were they talking about with the dog incident?
Dog.
Fucking the Guilty
They
Remnant?
They didn't show.
Yeah, but what... Okay, so we don't know.
Yeah, I'm assuming
Okay.
she killed a bunch of dogs or something.
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
that's right. They talked about the dogs.
They did-
maybe they were killing the dogs and not.
They were killing
Kevin.
the dogs too? No, Kevin was definitely. Because the other guy brings it up. He's all like, what about 10 of you murdered all that dog? Not exactly like that. But like he said something like that, like when him and Pat, or when Kevin had kidnapped Patty.
Yeah.
He brought up the dogs and like how they like basically like neutralized them.
That's right.
So
Yeah.
It was
So I don't-
also a symbolism of him and Lori's relationship.
Because you didn't get her a dog.
That's right.
Well, no, there's
So
also the
no,
dog.
this something really happened with dogs though. The Guilty Remnant's fucking talking about the dogs.
Yeah, and
So
there
it's
was
not-
also Tom who was sitting at the rest stop and saw a dog get abandoned.
Oh, I don't know what that has to do with the Guilty Remnant bringing it up.
Well,
But
Didn't they say
anyway.
all the dogs went crazy? Like in the first season, didn't they say all the dogs went crazy after the
At least
thing?
in the town that they were in the first
I
season.
see.
So maybe not everywhere, but
By the
at
way,
least
like
there.
when Meg brought up a cigarette in the eye, it didn't really like putting a cigarette in the eye of people, right? Like, okay, let's say some Guilty Remnant walked up to you, put a cigarette out in your eye, right? Would that really remind you of the fucking departure, or would that remind you that fucking asshole is a fucking crazy piece of shit?
I think it's just a symbolism.
No,
She's
but
trying
like
to
that's what I
reach out.
mean is like I think she's like innately fucking off base.
She's-
Is like,
she's
dude, that
curving.
isn't gonna remind you of the departure. That's gonna remind you of the crazy person. You know.
I think she just means it in the way that at the end of the first season, when they put all those dolls in everybody's houses,
Yeah.
like that they need to keep escalating it in that manner.
Yeah,
And she
no,
also said-
I agree. I agree with what you're saying.
She
but
also
like,
said we can't just let these people start screaming in our face just because we're staring at them.
Yeah.
We have to act.
yeah, but the thing is like, dude, traumatizing people for the sake of traumatizing people isn't the goal of the Guilty Remnant. The goal of the Guilty Remnant is to remind them of the departure. And
think-
that's what she's talking about, but like, dude, that's not what you get when you just fucking accost people.
I
That's
think
what
a
you
second-
get unless you fucking somehow directly relate it back
I think
to
a
that.
secondary goal, or at least as important as reminding them about the departure, is reminding people that no matter what after this point, they're never safe.
Yeah, how do you know
There's-
that though?
And that's what Jordan is a symbol
How
of
do you
safety
know
which
that,
they
though?
want to take out.
Because that's
How
what
do you know
Patty
that?
was saying in
What?
Kevin's vision.
I don't think that is what Patty was saying in that
She was
vision.
basically saying that love was obsolete because at any point in time that anybody you know or yourself
wouldn't
could
extinct.
disappear.
No. I think
That
that's.
nobody
I think
is-
that's what people feel, but I don't think that's necessarily what is real.
That was fake Patty. that
You know what?
said
I,
that.
no, but that's no. I think that fake Patty represented what real Patty feels, though, and I do think that that's what real Patty felt, and I think that's why real Patty fucking killed herself, and I think that's why fucking real Kevin wants to kill himself, even though he fucking denies wanting to kill himself. But like, the fact of the matter is that might not actually be real. That might just be fucking damage people's fucking perspectives on the matter, you know. But yeah, she can blow shit up.
This episode didn't do it for me though, man.
I think
I
it
think
did.
part of the
I
reason
like-
why this episode didn't do it for people, not only just you, because other people have been online
Yeah.
saying that it didn't do it for them. I think part of it is the reason that we don't necessarily expect Meg to be like the terrorist type character.
Yeah.
What?
Like everything that
Who
we've
doesn't
seen.
expect? I think they kind of set it up to be like something really important. Actually, like every single step in this fucking. There were several people that said that Meg was gonna fucking be important, and just because you didn't fucking think that she was gonna be, doesn't mean that like she isn't going to be. So like, dude, like when it comes to the story, it's not about what you expect. It's actually more so about what you don't expect. Like I don't know. Like, I think, actually, this episode was a good fucking episode because it actually started giving us direction as to where all these characters are going to correlate to as opposed to just fucking giving us more mystery. I feel like that they were pointing the direction that it's going to fucking center around something that Meg does. Now, we don't know what the fuck Meg is going to actually do aside from blow something up, and that has to do with Evie, but we don't know how that is going to fucking, like, basically make all the people in the world, or all the people that fucking Meg wants to address, actually listen to her message. And we don't know what Meg's message even fucking is.
That's
like,
why I don't think it's really about that at all. I think it's about whatever Eddie Winslow told her, and her wanting to destroy Jordan.
Wait, who told her?
Eddie
What are
Winslow.
you talking about?
Oh, what Eddie Winslow told her? I didn't hear what you fucking said. Sorry.
Yeah, Eddie Winslow. That's what he said.
Okay, well, what did Eddie Winslow tell her that makes her want to destroy it?
Something that made her unhappy. She was definitely not happy.
Yeah, but how
could
could something make her so unhappy that she wants to blow up a whole town to prove that, like...
I know why.
And also, why does she think that would change anybody but herself? Because, like, if it only offended her, then why does she think that it would fucking... Because no, it's going to change the world. Like, she's convinced everybody else, too, that it's going to change the world, not just her. Yeah. So how...
She wants to do it.
No, but what is it that will affect everybody in the same way that it will affect her?
What Eddie Winslow told her, she expected to be something so profound that it would make her feel like...
Okay, but it wasn't, right?
It wasn't, exactly.
Okay, so why
now she wants to do something that's so profound that everyone will feel.
But what is that? Like, blowing up a bridge isn't profound. Fucking hiding kids away isn't profound.
Showing you that there is no safe place. And
destroying
that
the connection to salvation.
Yeah, exactly.
If that is really the point, and I guess I'm not saying it isn't at this point, because it seems likely with 2 episodes left that might be the point. But if that is really the point, then that is really disappointing.
I feel the same way. I'm afraid that that's the way it's going.
Because I feel like it could be something much bigger
But you
than
know
that.
what?
And you know what? All that stuff with Kevin and the fucking afterlife,
Yeah.
I feel like is... And the mention of Azrael the demon, I feel like is like leading towards something that's much bigger than just fucking... Right. Meg wants to fucking make people not feel safe anymore.
Right, I agree. But this could just be something that's being telegraphed to us to throw us off base, too.
Well, that's what I think it is.
I hope
that's
so.
That's what I think it is.
I hope so.
I think that fucking Meg thinks that something's gonna fucking happen, and it's not gonna happen at all.
Yeah, I hope you're right. I'm afraid that it's gonna be shit. I hope that it's not.
I just don't even see the point behind fucking following the Garveys, following fucking Matt fucking into like his little fucking episode, if.
Nothing of that.
Yeah, if like they don't even have power over what's going to fucking happen, you know, I think it's ironic that Tommy is actually in Jordan when fucking Lori was looking for him.
He wasn't.
He wasn't in Jordan. He was outside of it, just tiny.
Well, we actually don't know when fucking her shit takes place, right?
Yeah, he never went to Jordan ever.
No. I'm saying we don't know when Meg's stuff takes place. When she talks to Matt, so that could actually happen before, like, Lori fucking talks to Kevin.
Right.
And so that would mean that Tommy actually is there when she came to go see him.
He would just be outside of the town because
which basically means all the Garveys are in fucking the town at the same time and it's gonna blow up. Every single one.
They
of them.
haven't shown him in Jordan at all, though.
Yeah.
He's right outside of it. Yeah. As she goes inside.
He's not inside the
driving distance.
He's not inside the camp. He's out at that barn roller rink thing.
Yeah. It's in Texas. It's like literally 15 miles away or something. It's like within driving distance.
Yeah, it's close. It's close by.
Because
it's gotta be, because they're gonna do some terrorist shit there.
Yeah, those are the guys that set it up. Meg was fucking like a state or 2 away. Yeah. Like talking to them.
I'm surprised Meg doesn't tell her guilty remnant to talk.
Well,
why does she need to keep them silent and have her own?
She's using a Texas guilty remnant.
She basically tells them to every time. Whenever any of those people were like,
she's like, just talk to me.
Yeah. Because it doesn't really matter. Like, their message isn't what she thinks is important anymore.
But they all trust and believe in her.
Because she's been in that for almost a year. She's like a...
the oldest, like a tenured
She's
member.
like an elder, yeah.
So wait. What's gonna happen though? Because like you said, like fucking, it's all in the point of fucking like making it seem like it's not safe. But she didn't actually kill the little girls. Like they're fucking alive in a
because
one Twinkie trailer. So what's the point? Like I feel like the point of keeping them alive is to bring them back, right?
To bring them back and then make a guilty remnant inside.
Yeah, but what's the point in that? Because nobody actually disappeared then, so there's no actual reason.
People are gonna disappear after shit blows up then.
Yeah, but that's actually dying. That's not the fucking departure.
I don't know. Neither was
so the guilty remnant wouldn't even.
Neither
make
was
sense.
having a bunch of dummies.
No, that's just somebody that blew up a bridge. That's completely
I think it was
different.
just kind of like a way to make the town uneasy, to like break up the town's.
It's like throwing the grenade in the school bus.
Yeah, but if that was the case, if they weren't gonna fucking bring those little girls back, then they would have moved them out of state. They would have moved them somewhere else that was fucking completely.
This is all of this is to set the town, because before this the town has been relatively like stable in itself. Like the people there think they're safe, and for the girls to disappear.
Are they gonna kill the girls though?
They might.
Maybe.
But I think
no,
it's
because
all
like that's
just...
the only way that works. Because if the girls come back, then none of that stuff is fucking as unstabilizing as you guys are saying it is. Because like if it's like the bomb goes off,
they don't know anything for sure.
Yeah, but if the girls come back, then they definitely know.
If the girls come back bombing shit?
No, if the girls come back...
I mean...
No, if the girls come back, period. The town knows that, like, guess what?
Well, Nora knows. Nora's known the entire time.
No, Nora doesn't know anything.
Yes, she did.
Nora doesn't know about the girls in the fucking Twinkie.
Twinkie.
I'm just saying, she doesn't fucking know.
She knows that they're not departed.
She knows
she
that they're
doesn't
not
know that.
departed.
In fact,
yes, she does.
No,
and
the
she
last
told
episode,
the mother that.
No, she kept saying that because she wants to believe that, but that's not what she believed after she did that test.
It's because
and that's
Nora
what that whole
actually
episode
can
was
identify the difference
No.
between an actual
The
departure.
whole point of that test was fucking to show that Nora actually did start believing towards the end that it could have been an actual departure, because guess what? All those answers, the mom was answering correct. Exactly. Which means that, like, fucking, they matched up. They all met the criteria to be a departure, which means that she actually started believing it towards the end. She was just pulling fucking rabbits out of a hat to try and defend it.
But it's also not necessarily a good questionnaire.
Yeah.
Because because the departure and someone going missing and you not knowing is like the exact same thing.
So
no,
what,
it isn't.
So what if everyone
the
didn't bite their
criteria.
fingernails? That doesn't necessarily mean that they didn't depart.
It's not about fucking biting the fingernails, and it's not about taking $10,000 fucking dollars out of it, and it's not about every single one of those fucking 100 or 200 questions that are on the questionnaire. It's about every single one of those questions coming together. And that's what every single person that had been departed, their family members, had. And that's how they formed that questionnaire.
Yeah.
It's basically all those
well,
people.
Nora didn't take the $10,000 out of her bank account
Guess what?
to leave her husband.
I guarantee it. She did.
She didn't.
Yeah, you don't know that.
Yes, I do because I read the book.
Well, in the
book doesn't mean shit.
In the show, Nora says that someone
nothing.
took the money and ran.
Yeah.
And then they found him later.
Yeah.
So.
But she didn't take it.
No, but
doesn't mean anything.
What's her name? Elsie. Evie's mom took the money out because she was gonna fucking run.
Yeah.
And then they would have been questioned for departure and been like, "Does anyone take any money out recently?"
Yeah.
Oh well, there's a $10,000 discrepancy here.
There's also
but that's more so they're looking for like actual fraud.
Right.
They're looking for fraud of departure. In which case, we know for a fact that Nora's family left through departure. We know that.
Yeah.
So whether or not Nora took out $10,000, that does not disregard the fact that her family departed.
This is a worldwide fucking consensus. They put this together from fucking people from every single fucking country on the planet.
They said it was a new algorithm from the Japanese.
Yeah.
Dude, that's only one thing that they cited.
No, that's what they said. That's what the guy said.
A new algorithm from the Japanese, that's all they cited. They didn't fucking, like, cite every single new algorithm.
I think it just had additional questions.
Yeah, exactly. I'm saying that this is a new test, and every single test is fucking still built off of every single person that's ever had a departure. It's something that basically the human race would not fucking half-ass.
Yeah,
okay?
But, like, let's say...
Like, it's like everybody fucking disappeared. We would fucking focus all of our resources into making this test as perfect as possible.
Here's my argument with that, is if Ian departed, okay, and you disappeared and no one knew where you went.
We can't
okay?
actually.
And then people question me.
We can't actually do this test because the dude that wrote the book is the only one who knows why people departed in the first place.
Right, I know, but I'm
what
just
I mean?
saying. But I'm just saying, like,
So
between the two of you guys, there was no way that our answers would mean that you were either one faking it or departed.
No,
There's
but
no way to
like,
tell.
what I mean is like, dude, the guy who wrote the book or guy who wrote the fucking like story for the fucking
book,
like movies.
His name is Tom Peralta.
Okay, fucking Tom Peralta though. In his back of his mind, there might actually be a set of fucking like bullshit that basically makes you departure like a departure candidate.
She didn't finish
you know?
the questionnaire.
Yeah, no, it doesn't matter about the questionnaire. The questionnaire is fucking basically the human race inside of fucking Tom Peralta's story, trying to narrow down the fucking like prerogatives and the fucking like angles of the people who did disappear from every single person on the planet. And do you really think that the fucking countries wouldn't come together and make something that actually made sense? Do you really think that that's bullshit? Do you really think that that's something... Like, the more and more they study it, the more and more they narrow it down.
It just felt like something from Blade Runner for me.
The fact that Evie and those girls are in that trailer proves that questionnaire is not
No, all that does mean is that they fucking stole a questionnaire and they lived up to it. That's all that means.
And the demon Azrael is coming.
What do you mean?
That was
how?
a brand new...
That was a brand new questionnaire.
Yeah, it doesn't
Nora
matter.
has only been on vacation for like less than a month.
Who made the questionnaire?
The
Japanese.
Okay, how does she not have access to those people? Like
Nora?
No, fucking Meg.
questionnaires?
Meg. Fucking the person who stole the kids in the first place. I'm just saying that there
You mean
are options
She
there.
knows that Meg did it?
No, I'm saying that she might have fucking made it so fucking basically it actually lived up to a real departure. Like in every single level of it.
Oh, you mean Meg set it up that way?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, it could
So
be.
then the other two girls both had her like epileptic
Yeah.
disorder.
The earthquake that
They might
opened
have.
up the
They
fucking
might
lake.
have.
That
Yeah.
was the gas valves because they blew it up to
Yeah.
make an eruption so that they could depart the
That
kids.
actually wasn't the same.
And it somehow
That wasn't-
prevented
that wasn't
Kevin
the s-
from killing
That
himself.
wasn't the same day. They said that the gas valves went off on October 14th.
I know, but if they knew that they had faulty gas valves and she blew up the thing and there was the rumble and they wouldn't have proof because there's all those cracks and stuff and it opened up the lake under the lake because they probably piped under that way.
Wait, who did?
I'm talking about how the
Who
girls,
set off the pipes?
I'm saying Meg did it with the guilty remnant to get the girls out and to make it look like
But
it was
what about
departure.
Kevin?
Kevin just happened to be at the right place at the right.
Yeah, I'm like,
But
that
what I
wasn't
mean is,
even a
though,
plan.
is he was like in the water with a giant fucking
Yeah, that's
cylinder block,
coincidence.
like trying to
I'm
kill
not saying
himself.
they blew up.
Coincidence, dude.
It's
It was like
coincidence.
it was
Yeah.
lucky. Basically, he would have died if that had not happened.
Yeah, I'm not saying.
But
yeah,
nobody fucking saved Kevin.
Yeah, which
fucking-
means there is no God looking after him. To,
Yeah,
like,
no, it
stop
just-
I don't
fucking
think there
happened.
is anyways, to just be fair, like, say my point about it. I don't think there's anyone looking after Kevin.
I still don't know how
Yeah,
fucking
I-
keeping like, because if I was Meg Wright and I was trying to make a town feel like that, I would have killed the little girls. I'm just saying. Like, I would have gotten rid of those girls and I would have buried them in another fucking country, dude.
Jesus.
Like, no, I'm just
I'm
saying.
gonna carry him to another country.
Easily, if it's the guilty remnant. Like, I don't know.
They could've kept
I
him
just
that
I just feel like I don't see how the bombs and fucking the girls in a fucking trailer fucking lead up to Meg somehow being the spiritual leader.
Yeah.
Which is what everybody's saying she's gonna be. And like, I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I actually like that because it's like my mind is trying to extrapolate how that
Like, you
works
gotta
out.
remember that the guilty remnant is a cult, and lots of cults have.
They're not trying to attract the
Lots
cult.
of cults have idealized views of their leaders.
They're not trying to attract the
these.
cult.
I'm not saying they're attracting a cult. I'm saying they are a cult.
No, I'm trying
And
to
what
say
I'm
that.
saying is that the people in her cult have a super idealized view of her. They think that she has the power to change the world and that she's going to.
She's
And
also
so,
the
like,
one that's doing different stuff.
No, but
compared
there's
to the
there's
others.
got to be
And
something
they're
realistic
taking
there,
action.
dude. Like
No,
I
they're-
don't feel like the fucking show would fucking lead us on this fucking like basically over the edge of a ledge and not fucking give us any payoff.
I think what must
There's
have
got to
happened
be
was-
something going on here, and she's got a plan that probably has some weight to it, and I don't think it's all fake bullshit. I don't think
think-
it's a fucking facade.
I think
dude.
what happened was Patty planned all this shit in the first season, and then she died, and then they didn't have anyone to think up all these crazy ideas to do the next thing to make people remember. So now Meg has taken over that spot. It's the only thing that makes sense because the other people just they just didn't have that kind. No one was taking the lead, so
Well,
Meg took the lead after Patty.
Not
died.
only that, but Lori.
Yeah, Lori's gone.
We have seen that Lori has left.
And Lori would have been an excellent leader.
Lori was Meg's leader.
The only other
in the beginning, Lori was the one who was shaping Meg into what she was going to be with the Guilty Remnant.
Exactly.
And with her leaving, that kind of leaves
I don't
Meg
know if
like
she was,
saying
I
like,
don't
"What
know
the
if,
fuck?"
I don't know
like,
if Lori was fucking being shaped up to be like her, but I do know that fucking Patty was making it like a special thing to try and convert Lori. Like, if only just because she was her old therapist and it was like a fucking,
I'm just
like,
saying Lori...
switching of fucking, like, positions, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
You're misunderstanding what I'm saying. I'm saying Lori was assigned to Meg to shape her into who she was going to be in the Guilty Remnant.
Yeah, she was like her helper.
Yeah, but I
And
don't
that's
think
what
she
we
was
saw
actually
in
supposed
season
to... I don't
one.
think she was actually supposed to be the leader of the Guilty Remnant. And in fact, like, I would say that the 2 or 3 people that we saw die within the first season through stoning would have been even a better successor for Patty. Patty didn't want to be alive. Period. That's what happened with Patty. And Patty fucking offed herself. Like, there was no plan with Patty, really. Patty was just going out. I really want to know what Meg's plan is, though. That's why I think this is a good episode. 'Cause I think it hinted at, like, something bigger. You know?
I mean,
finally.
yeah,
and that's something that, like, I haven't seen in this show so far. Like, yeah, there's fucking Kevin's crumbling fucking, like, mentality, but, like, I think that, like, there was no, like, arrow sign into where we're going, and this shows where we're going. It just doesn't show how it's ending. It just shows what's going to happen.
I agree that it's showing the progress of the rest of the 2 episodes that we're going to see. I mean, we're going to see some crazy shit still, probably, but I still don't like this episode. It just feels like it was weak, but it does set up the plate.
There were like 3 scenes in it that mattered at all. Yeah,
it sets the table, but it doesn't do the series justice.
Well, I think that Meg's gonna be really important. So
I agree with
like, I mean, like, if we didn't have this episode, then I don't think that, like, whatever's gonna happen.
I think if this episode,
we would, because we had the first season, but we wouldn't.
I think if this episode was before the Kevin stuff, it would have been much better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because at this point, everybody just wants to know what the fuck happened after that.
No, you're absolutely right.
You mean before the episode where he hemmed and hawed about fucking killing himself with the black guy?
Yep.
Like,
no. Right after the black guy killed himself, then it would have jumped into Meg, and then
No, that would have been a bad placement of it, because I would not have wanted to watch this episode, like, when I was waiting for what was happening to Kevin. Yeah, that would have fucking made me hate this episode. I actually liked that it was after that.
Oh.
If anything, I would have liked this episode, like I said, before fucking Kevin fucking, like, being chained to the bed and then fucking deciding to fucking off himself. That series of events was great.
Yeah.
Like, him going from, like, fucking, oh, should I kill myself or should I try to seek mental health? Nope, I'm gonna kill myself. And then into the fucking, like, spiritual realm. Like, that was fine. But this should have maybe been before that. You're right about that. But, like, before both of those. Not just the spiritual realm shit, but before both of those. Because, dude, making you wait between the fucking, like, fucking drinking that shit and the spiritual realm, that's just cheap-ass fucking storytelling, and that's what we have way too much of anymore. It's like, let's make them wait, just because that'll make them wait. That'll make them show up again.
And they'll be on social media talking
even
about
if they skipped the week before, like, just like Glenn died, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you know, fuck that. Like, fuck that. Just
weeks.
fucking actually tell a fucking story.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Like,
but that's basically this episode. It just
that's what I mean though. That's what I'm saying though, is like, I feel like everything from this point forward is gonna have a tint of Meg to it.
Yeah.
Like, so, like, it made sense to start her little thing here with Tommy.
Yeah.
And then move down the line and
so we
fucking
can progress with the other people.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
that's about it.
Yeah,
that's about it for Leftovers and Fargo and the trailer for Batman.
Fucking Superman, Batman blowing up our schedule.
I'm fine with it. I think talking about comic books is fun.
No, I like talking about it too, but I fucking am not fine with the direction that Batman Superman is going, but let's not get into that again.
We'll talk about it when the movie comes out and we actually watch it.
Yeah.